นี่คือสตรีมทำงานยังฮะโอ้โอ้โอ้สตรีมทำงานยังฮะโอเคโอเคโอเคโอเคโอเค Come on test 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 chat test chat test chat ขึ้นไหมขึ้นแล้วจ้า test chat ขึ้นแชทขึ้นแล้วแชทขึ้นแล้วแชทขึ้นแล้วทุกคนวันนี้เราจะดู EWC Esport World Cup Final R6 เราไปดูกันดีกว่าอ่า
Team Secret! This one, what a goal. It's a literal 1v5 for the young player. He knows he's there. He's going to go for it.
Oh my god.
Reload first.
One more stomping. Doom, maybe don't fight him. Doki steals it. And yet, we still have to behold the might of the king. 18 years of age, his first ever professional tournament. And he's just running around the map, 1 versus 5ing the entire enemy team. The first kill was actually peeking outside up through the hatch. The second kill also peeking outside a player on rappel. He had the perfect read. I mean, nobody does it quite like this guy.
Even Doki's kill was nasty as well. I mean, this is just disgusting. When you have Stumpin floating like this in the server, I think he's 8-1 or 9-1 at this point. I mean, you need to shut him down. You absolutely have to shut him down. He's gonna steal the show completely. He's not
Team
gonna stop.
Secret ตอนนี้กำลังล็อก
That's the
เอง
thing. I
นะ
mean, he only gets warmer and
ทำไม
warmer.
ได้
We've
อีกฝั่ง
seen
หนึ่ง
it
มี
so
Stompin
far
นะ
in the
you know
tournament. Team Secret taking their tactical timeout. You know what's funny? Stompin, he's actually got 90 kills so far in the tournament to 70 deaths plus 20. Unbelievable. 73% KOST rating. He is so
ว่า G2 ชนะ
effective,
เว้ย
so
G2 ชนะอยู่แล้วเว้
consistent.
ย
He's got a
He's
clutch to
Stompin
his name
สักอย่าง
and more multi-kills than I could possibly count. And you know what's crazy? He's not even the highest rated player on the team. Loira, before this match, had 99 kills. So he's the first player in the tournament to reach above 100.
เอาตัว Stompin ตอนนี้ล็อกอินมากถ้ารวมคิวเนี่ยคือรีโฮสมา3 รอบแล้วรีโฮสมา2-3 รอบแล้วไอ้ EWC เนี่ยรีโฮสมา3 รอบแล้วแม่งรีโฮสอะไรนักหนา
But his positioning, his understanding of when he has to make a play and when he doesn't have to make one is what I think
G2
sets
มา
him
ทรงชนะ
apart
แล้วตอน
from
เนี้ย
most of the pro players already.
G2 น่า
In
จะ
that previous
Stompin น่า
round,
จะได้
he aggressed the first kill on the
ถ้วย
hatch. Then he
ถ้วย
plays
แรกของเขา
passive. Here's the ace in the rappel. Gets
มาเล่นแป๊บเดียวได้ถ้วยแรกนะก็ชนะมันรัวๆเลย
waiting for them to come to him because he knows
ไม่นึกถึง
one guy
ส
crossed
ปอยอยู่นะบางรอบแต่มันก็ไม่ขนาดนั้น
But he
นะ
doesn't know if red side is clear. Instead of gambling the 50-50 on what's clear and what's not, he waits, gets the sound cue, takes the fight when he absolutely has to. Because what if he doesn't hear anything? He's gonna sit in that corner for the next 60 seconds, burning time. He's a smart player. It's not what I thought he was gonna be, but he is incredibly smart.
I remember when I first heard that G2 had picked up the mighty Stompin, you know, this content creator, this young gunner, this hyped player, you know, Jinxie's buddy. I thought, oh, okay, so G2 are just continuing to, you know, pick up content players. You know, they're an org that's just picking up. They're a social media esports team. They're not caring about winning. How wrong I was.
I know people are gonna sit there and go, oh, but I knew it. I
นี่มัน
told
ทำ
you
อะไร
so. But it's like no one could have possibly seen
Not
the
to this
level
scale.
that he was playing at until this moment.
ตอนนั้นผมเป็น
And the thing is,
พีค
he played group
Goal
stage
นะ
here,
ฮะ
and he played
ไม่ค่อย
playoffs
เข้า
now.
ใจ
It's
ว่า
like,
สิ่ง
you
ที่
know,
พวกเขาทำกัน
quarterfinals,
มัน
semifinal,
คืออะไร
final. It's like he's getting better with the stakes of the match.
มี
You
มิล่า
face
2
Phase
เลย
Furia in your
Oh my
first
God.
event, and you still perform.
อุ้ยแต่มิล่านี้ดีนะ
Third. Now his utility.
มันหลบตรงไอ้นี่ด้วยตรง Windows
kind of play style. He's gonna swing this every single chance he can
เขาจะ
get.
จัดการมิล่าก่อนเหรอ
Secret
คนแรก
seemed once more locked outside the
ทรง
building
จะจัด
with
การ
no
มิ
real
ล่า
way
ก่อน
inside. Almost half the
แล้วก็
round
จะ
is burned
พุช
already,
ง่าย
and
ๆแบบ
they're
Secret
sitting, waiting, watching Windows
แต่
very
G2 ฉ
passively.
ลาดมากเลยอะมี
They
คน
need to act. They picked the tag. They should have
มิ
been
ล่า
one.
เท่มากอะ
Oh, the
Oh,
abundance
Milan
of powers
พังแล้วครับ
will
ผม
certainly help. However, you can see Loira. I mean, he's got the ACOG, he's got the Goyo, the
มิ
Vector.
ล่าแล้วครับ
Such a
Milan
good
พัง
weapon,
แล้ว
and he
เอา
can
ไป
still
ยังไง
just contest these
เอา
really
ยังไง
narrow
หัวแตก
angles,
ไหม
going for the upside down
ยั
rappel.
งยังยัง
But
ยัง
Secret aren't even
ยัง
swinging.
ยังหัวไม่แตกหัวไม่แต
I
ก
mean, I'm not saying
Respect.
they have to, but it's like you need to apply some sort of
Oh,
pressure. The
yeah,
first
don't have
damage is
fight,
mostly
sorry.
walking into the fire. takes like 20 health, no big deal.
Oh,
That's
here we
a
go
C4
again.
third time.
เอาอีก
If
แล้ว
this
สี
works,
อุ้ย
it's a lack of
Oh,
PK.
he missed it.
He missed it, unfortunately.
โอเค
What a shame. The one time that we saw him throw it, he misses. Alamal, oh, he loses his fight. Meanwhile, though, Loira,
ไม่ใช่
he's
เก็บ
gonna
คิวมา
find
อีก
one
รอบ
and then retreat from
ไม่เห็นเหรอ
backstop.
อ้าว
Stumpin will trade,
เราไม่
he's
จัดการได้
dead.
อยู่โอเคโอเค
3 versus
3
3.
3
G2
คนเท่ากัน
a little bit worse for wear on the top
โอเค
floor, but they do fall back with 3 players left alive.
จะเริ่ม
Things
Okay,
are good
right.
for G2 though. Fall
Hey,
back 45, no real word here from Secret. They gotta
ทันได้
execute.
ปะ
Need soft destruction.
ทันได้เนี่ย
DMR
ตอน
from
นั้น
Adrian,
มี
second
คนอยู่
shotgun from Mowgli.
ทัน
They
ได้
can
ปะ
still go for a default pill off
Ui,
plan,
ui.
but the fine blast seemed out of nowhere actually.
ดาวหนึ่งดาว
Oh,
หนึ่ง
was that kill?
Can they rest? I'm not
คือ
sure
คือ
about
มึงยิง
this.
จากไหนวะเนี่ยอ๋อ
Might
จาก
just be dead on his own.
Stumpin though, he has not
Bang,
died since
bang.
the pre-host.
Ooh.
Here comes Doki
Shit.
looking to backstab the player inside a train,
Stumpin
but he's
died.
the last one remaining for G2 to
Ui, ui.
further their lead. As Noah
Hen.
forces down that plant, Doki needs to take this
Doki,
1v1
Doki
in
เอายังไง
training. He is
Doki เอายังไง
actually
พี
around
ก
the
อะ
corner, but he loses the fight. It's a big round
Wow.
from Adrian and Team
โค้ชดี
Secret
ใจใหญ่นะ
after
โค้ช
that
ดีใจเลย
tactical pause will
มา
find a
มา
second round of attack.
They're still
ดู
warming up
ทรง
into
แล้ว
it. You can see the nerves definitely on the
แต่
side
เมื่อ
of
กี้ก็
Secret.
เกือบ
And G2
เกือบ
moving
พลาด
a
อยู่นะ
lot in that
เกือบ
round,
เกือบ
suffering that same kind of fate as against FaZe on Cafe. Without the cast, without the Asami, they can't just fall back free.
ไม่ลืม
As
ลื
the
มไม่
players started falling, Loira full sprinting. Nice, the window repel right here. Stumpin, thankfully for him, trades it back.
ลืมเอาไอ้
And the catch just keeps on happening.
ป่า
Secret, when they can build a foothold in the building, get to like an even number situation, let's say a 3-on-3, a 2v2, they have good team play. And they actually have pretty good confidence to keep pushing forward, but getting in that build, that very first step is too difficult right now to be a consistent way to win the round.
Ain't that the truth? G2, they've won their 3 rounds of defense. That's pretty solid,
I'll be
right?
happy with that, yeah.
4th would be nice, but in Secret, they're the ones who picked attack, like we've been yapping on about this whole time, Pengu. So we want a little bit more than a 2-4 split out of them. Second round of their tactical timeout, I mean, that's nice, but you really need to capitalize on that attack pause because you only get 1 in the whole game. And yes, while the coach can talk during the operator bans, I mean, that's not a lot of time, and you've got operator bans to talk about. You can't be doing a big mental reset when that happens.
I'm actually a little bit surprised we've not seen Savage bring out the Blackbeard just yet. It's been a Monty and Blitzban from the side of G2. They played Diffuse twice. BB though, you get the nades, which I think could have been very vital for them. Good bit of information, good primary weapons. So like Diffuse Shield. What I will say though, I do like Doom finally getting active on the demos to hunt down the individual players, target them, clear them. A lot of grenades being brought, 2, 4, 6, 8 frag grenades in this round in fact. Combined with 4 flashbangs, any sort of burning that might need for Aruni gates. That means if Secret can get the right positions, they can get maybe a kill or 2 just simply off utility.
Oh, Mowgli gets in, he's got this holo, he wants to be taking close range engagements. And he might find Doki in a brief moment, but Doki is in such a nifty little position. Out comes a nade, but Doki can stay put because he's not too contested as of yet. Another nade goes in.
อะไรวะเนี่ยเมื่อกี้ไม่ได้ดู
Bit
โอ้
of
ล่วง
damage, but Doki falls
เมื่อกี้
back
ล่วง
and
ละ
survives.
มากับแฟงสินะ
It's good though. It's Secret finally in the building.
ถ้าแฟงรอบนี้คือได้เยอะเลยนะ
Player now, Stumpin falls to fall back as well. On the window repel he
ตรง
is.
หน้าต่าง
Doom
โอ
was
เคหน้าต่าง
waiting
เขา
for
ดักเอาไว้
that.
อยู่
G2
เป็น
caught off guard.
การเบรดที่ดีมาก
That's
เป็น
perfect
การ
from
ล่ออีก
Secret.
ฝั่งหนึ่งมา
Might
ให้
have
มัน
taken them 6 rounds, but finally we're seeing this perfect counter.
อุ๊ยมาแล้วมาแล้วมาแล้ว
Mowgli's
มาแล้ว
hungry for more. The Frenchman is in the building.
อะไรวะเนี่ย
He's found a
อุ๊ย
big 2K. He's traded back
โดกี้ยังอยู่
again.
โดกี้ยังอยู่
Doki and
โอ้
Blaz have a lot of work to do, and Noah has hit pedal to the metal.
โอเคโอเคโอเค
Blaz now 1v3.
โอ้
Noah hunts him down. Secret fire up.
ไม่รู้จะเชียร์ใครเลยอะ
And the score is once again even.
That's the exact kind of performance Team Secret can pull out, and they did do against SSG just yesterday, but they've been scared till this
ไม่รู้
very
จะเชียร์ใคร
moment.
เลยตอนนี้
I bet you right now, Twister, what he was saying, guys, you are better than this.
who the
You
fuck?
know how to play seats at high level. Be confident, be smart, go in there, get it done. G2 are giving you way too much space. Take it. Mowgli flew in Cigar, got the job done, and Secret kept speeding up. They were not slowing down.
เมื่อกี้
That's the team
มั
we
น
need
แบบ
to see
มันดู
in
เค
the
ลี
grand
ยร์
finals.
มาก
They're
เลย
finally
ข้าง
here
บ
to
น
play.
คือแบบ
And
ว่า
now we
โด
switch
กี้ล่วง
sides
ปุ๊บ
and
เขาพุช
G2 have
เลย
to
อะ
attack. They're gonna have to do it without
เมื่อ
the
กี้โดกี้ล่วง
Capitao.
ปุ๊บก็คือ
I don't think
การ
this
เลย
could
ส
be
ตอมเป็น
costly
หนึ่ง
something
ไป
bad.
แล้วเรียบร้อย
Yeah.
โดกี้ล่วงไปชั้น2
Oh,
ไซด์อยู่ชั้น
man.
2เราจะคุมด้านบ
So
น
yeah,
แม่ง
Secret have
แม่ง
left
รว
all
ม
the
กันเลยอะ
shields in for
ไอ้เหี้ย
G2
โค
to
ตรน่า
play
กลัว
around with.
The tricky
ไม่เป็นไร
thing
เรา
about the shield here is that
เชื่อว่า G2
it's
ยัง
been
มีโอกาส
banned
ชนะ
so
อยู่
often against G2 that they have barely played it. Most teams probably don't really know exactly what to expect if they were to bring it out. And you can also say, well, they've been playing a lot of shields. They've been playing pretty darn well. What if they start crushing the shields and it doesn't work for them?
Well, you know they've got rid of the clash, right?
Yeah.
So, I do feel like there is
a good world here where a shield comes out.
There is a world.
And it's smart, right? Because what G2 did, they banned Asami
ก็ไม่ได้เปลี่ยนฝั่งเหรอ
first. With the Asami ban, it tells you nothing about the game plan.
It just tells you
can
it's
then
probably going to be a zombie castle, like I thought. Where
You
it
can go
often is.
Kaz, you can go Kite, you can go Mirror, you can go Jaeger. It doesn't matter because G2 likes banning the Jaeger here. But if you see the enemy banning something like a Capital, you're like, okay, they can't do double shield ban. So if we just go Clash, they have to guess the Monty off the Rip or the Blitz. And even if they do it, we have the other one open, plus Clash is
G2
gone.
เอาบลิส
So
มา
the
กั
fact
บ
that G2 bans Clash second
ตอม
here is
เป็น
everything.
เป็นตัวเปิดอะเอนเตอร์แฟลก
Thinking when it comes to shields, G2 have certainly won the veto, and we are going to see Loira lock in that blitz. However, you mentioned quite a few other power operators on the defense that have been left open. We talked about the castle, the architect that changes how Cafe plays out, just like Azami does, just like Mira does, by the way, who's also been left in, and G2 use that to perfection. What can G2 do with this blitz when there's such a fortress to behold on the side?
People might be saying, Pinker-wise, Loira walking with the pistol and hand no shield will generate less noise as a shield operator if it's on your back. So that means that all things speaking, you might not hear that you shield player as you generate very different amounts of noise. Whereas if you sprint towards the building with a shield, you go ding ding dong dong dong.
Yeah, moves a bit faster as
เป็น
well.
บอลมีหนึ่งคนเองอ่ะ
I mean, he's slow walking, right? But here he comes. If he wants to, he can fly straight into this window. And again, because of the surprise,
มันจะกลายเป็น surprise attack เลยนะเว้ย
Oh, he's
ไม่
tempted.
ไม่
He
กลายเป็น
goes
surprise attack
for it.
surprise
The
attack
reinforcements are still
Yes,
going
surprise attack.
down. He doesn't get the flash
ไม่โดน
successfully.
flash
Being
อุ้ย
stared
สต็อป
down.
เป็น
Something
ตาย
falls behind him, and it makes it
อ้าว
awkward. Doom trying to bait him on out,
อ้าว
but the flash is now
อ้าว
regenerated.
เชี่ย
Savage has come to
ไอ้ตัว
support Team Secret. Have
surprise attack อ้าว
recomposed so
ลงมาจากด้าน
well.
ล่างอี
A
กอ้าว
jump pad also finds one for Noah.
หัวไม่โดน
Blaz and Alamal to pick up what has been a tattered round for G2.
Very clear sign, D2 showing confidence, but a small classic mistake that we see often at this level of play. Blitz using the flash from too far away. It's only a 5-meter radius, and if they turn their backs, it's even shorter than that.
ทำไงวะ
If you could close the gap more, he guarantees it.
Flash
He took the 50-50. 1v5 now for Alamal.
ยิงไม่โดนได้ยังไง
It's not
โอ
happening.
เค
I mean, Alamal may have the most clutches on G2, but he's not going to win a 1 versus 5. The first round of defense for Secret is flawless.
ยิงไม่โดนได้ยังไง
And they
วะเนี่ย
look very happy about that. We're seeing the energy out of Doom that we have seen before, the sinister look in his eye that we saw when he was crushing the dreams of his opponents throughout the rest of this bracket. And what a round from him as well. Savage coming into support was perfect, and a shotgun jump out from Noah. Everyone from Secret playing their part.
It's an awkward situation for Lawrence to be in, because if you spend too much time chasing the recruit instead of train, backup will arrive. But if you start challenging him too early with the flash missing, you're gonna lose the gunfight most likely. So it's really a matter of you gotta find the perfect amount of aggression versus waiting. And I'm not gonna lie to you, they didn't have much time because Secret reacted so
ต้องน่าจะแบน
quickly
มิ
to
ล่า
push.
นะ
They were there to strike
จะแบน
the
มิล่า
steam
นะเอาตรง
immediately.
เลยมิล่ามันเป็น
June played it so well, just holding his position, not letting that blitz get that free kill. And then, of course, Savage coming into support as well.
He was reinforcing the wall. He's literally mid-reinforcement. Blitz jumps to the window and he's like, guys, I need help.
A lesser player would cack their pants hearing that.
They would make the wrong mistake, the wrong decision there, just die, and then the run is wide
เพราะ
open
ตอน
for
นี้มิล่า
G2.
สามารถได้ตรง
And I mean, let's say
มิล่าสามารถ
that
ได้
was
ตรง
Secret from 3
เรียก
rounds
ว่าอะไรวะ
ago. They lose that round, 100%.
ตัวเลย
But
ตัวเลย
because they found the success after the tag timeout, because they showed up with confidence in server, they could play that round correctly. Had they played scared, that would not have worked.
เอาโล่มา
Dead right.
อ้าว
There's the Monty.
Yep.
เอาโล่
Blitz doesn't work. Well, we've got other shields in the bank we can bring on out. This time it's Alamal.
สงสัยจะรีบแลน
It's been
เลย
a big talking point for myself. I think the story for G2 since 2023, or even before that with Alamal, is that sometimes he shows up to lead the team, and sometimes he's just there to bait his team. He has been the leadership figure of this roster every single match, either on the scoreboard or in the server strategically. When you give him the Monty, it's when he gives enough mental space to himself, not to worry about the gunfights and dying to different angles. You can say, guys, this is a gap. That's the weakness. Breach this wall, go over here. You're going to see them play much more together right now. A little bit slower pace because I must control who does what right
ก็
now.
ลอนช์เอาซิก็ลอนช์
So
ก่อน
G2 can slowly
They
figure
lob
out
now.
how they're going to play this. The
Lob
Monty to
now.
march on
TTS
forward. It's
shop.
Alamal, and he spots out the
Right,
mid
they'll
player.
say, "Wait, how about I left that?" Oh,
Alamal actually
no,
takes
you.
a surprising amount of damage from that. But Mowgli
Oh!
on the retreat will fall to Loira. Beautiful long angle from the
Oh
rappel.
my god.
Perfect angle.
Yeah,
So
but-
they're waiting for Element to say, hey guys, go on the window, cut him off, and they get the perfect setup again.
แล้วเอายังไง
So if you
ทีนี้
give
ดูส่งแผน
G2 time to breathe and without any counterplay, they will
แต่
pick
ตอน
this
นี้
apart step by
น่า
step.
จะ
The thing is, what can you do if you see it right now? There's one C4 in the
ระเบิดมา
pocket, the shield is now gone.
Oh,
Into
no.
the grenade, Noah just full
Huh?
commits to the angle,
ทำไมไป
doesn't
ยิง
pay
ต่อด้วย
off.
Noah overstayed his welcome there as the nade went off. I like the idea.
What?
Meanwhile, Joom, he has been
เนี่ย
the
คุณไม่เข้าใจ
difference
เลย
maker for Secret today. Big kill,
ไม่
however,
น่าใช้
at Monty marching on forward. He has a
Monty.
nitro in pocket. He
Oh.
needs to take the fight
Hey,
first
what
with
is that?
Stompen, who
ก็เป็น
cleans
โอเค
house.
ก็เป็นพากลับมา
G2
แล้ว
fighting back on their attack, and another round for them means that we're once again even on the scoreboard.
I mean, what kind of shot is this, right? It's like, just give Stompin red boxes. And I'm saying, hey, Stompin, there's a guy over here, guy over there. Green buff room cleans up easily. And you see the clear vision. You see Banner pellets on the mirror window. Okay, there's a guy in pixel shield. Let's grenade the pixel shield. Once he walks up, shatters the mirror window.
Oh.
It means that G2 will have maybe 3 or 4 different ways to solve the same problem, and they'll always have a backup plan. That's why you ban the Monty. This is literally why almost every single team has done this against them.
The funny thing about that Monty is you can just go back to first principles when you've got him available. You don't have to play all of the other aspects of the map. You don't have to say, okay, we
simplify.
Simplify. March on Elam out, call out for our teammates, and we will find those kills. We will cut off those players. It's simple siege, and G2 know it well. And they can continue bouncing between these different shield operators. We haven't seen the Blackbeard, we haven't seen this fuse. We may well. The Blitz making a return here, this time for Alamau. And while he has no kills, he was worth so much in that last round on Montaigne.
What G2 did last time against Furious, they played Fuse Shield because they banned the Blitz and the Monty. And they were just
เที่ยวบินจากกรุงเทพมหานครไปมาเลเดินทางวันที่วัน
Now that Animal's on the Blitz, you can actually go in and challenge the VIP player because of
Maudy.
flashbang in close quarter combat and there is no Warden. This gives G2 another way to attack this bomb site that they've yet to show at this event really. So we know they have the Aurora strap where they close off VIP door. We know they got the Fuse strat where they ignore VIP entirely. Now they got the Blitz strat where they can fight VIP. Secret have to be very proactive in this round and communicate, guys, what operators do they have and what kind of strategies could they actually execute with. Because G2, they keep bringing so many different options.
The same can be said here for Secret. There's no Brava pick from G2 coming up against the Maestro Echo combo. This is all about the late round here, Pengu.
Yeah.
Not only have we got those, we've got Smoke and Goyo. It's all about area denial, all about plant denial.
If you can save both Dokkaebi calls from Blast for the execute, that's going to give you a significant advantage. And with Secret having 0 roaming presence, there's been no need to spend any of them for the roam clear. And I think this is one of the big mistakes that teams sometimes make. Guys, let's play passive operators, let's bunker up. They don't even try and fake the roam. If you sprint up on 0 seconds and a drone sees you, guys, up white stairs, up red stairs, let's look for him. You spend more time roam clearing. G2 had good drone information. They're doing full drone destruction at 1 minute 45 left in the round. If they wanted to, they could literally start executing in 10 seconds from now with too much time for Team 7 to die.
And when you've got aggressive players, like, well, everyone from G2, and aggressive operators like that Blitz, then you can time that Dokkaebi call with aggression. And then it's too late for all of this plant denial.
I am very sure they're going to try and go for a pick. Adrian instantly inside of VIP backside. Yoka drone spent early. It's very expensive because you lose it early. So this thing, you can smoke off, push your IP, take down Adrian, then you play 5v4. If you two can get there, that should be enough, honestly.
And how nice would it be to have that Yokai drone over on the Blitz? Here comes the push in.
Oh,
Donkey goes down, but Alamau with the Blitz will continue marching on forward. Spotted by Mowgli, who did find the opening kill. Leaving G2 bloodied, he will fall back.
Bit of a surprise that Doki walked first, not the Blitz. He suffers the fate of the shotgun. They don't get that much advantage because Blast died as well. And now that you lost Dokkaebi, I mean, now the neutral works against you. The Maestro Evil Eye's a problem, Yokai a problem. Secret, just don't overstep your limit. This guy might be in trouble. Ooh.
No!
Oh, the echo.
How does Alamau get knocked back like that? It's the Yokai drone to support, and it comes in to secure a second kill here for Secret, leading just Loira, the last remaining player. He sees the Yokai drone. He's not able to shoot it as of yet. He has to fall back, worried about aggression from behind him. The round is lost for G2, and Jim on the Yokai has been so valuable. Finally, the concussion comes on out, but the elder of Noah is ready for it. An impact grenade from way downtown, and Secret once again take the lead.
There are two very small mistakes from G2 that sadly have a massive consequence in that round. Essentially, Blast dies early, Doki Call doesn't go off. Secondly, the Blitz does not go in first, and of course Doki dies behind him. I'm not sure if Elema was afraid of a Yokai drone stun and he was going to die in the Blitz of that, so therefore Doki baits it instead. I'm not sure what the plan was, but I do think other things could have been done there differently, just to keep the players alive. Hey, do they get that kill cleanly onto Adrian? The round becomes so much easier. They can just go freezer afterwards, go for a plant, Doki call for the plant deny. The round is over, strategically speaking. Monty being banned out, zero surprise, honestly. If I wasn't busy yapping about something else, I would have said they should ban the Monty because it will be a problem for them.
Yeah, and straight off the back of that Monty ban from Secret, G2 are going to call that tactical timeout for Romalio to get around it. Once again, it's the story of the Brazilian coaches, by the way. Twister on the Secret side. I'm sure he's got plenty to say. Final ban coming out from G2 was that castle, so we do end up seeing the castle as army ban. Mira still in. What is Romalio calling for this upcoming round?
So what happened last round, just check, yes, I was going to say Blast pretty much walks his main core and dies way before the execute is ready to go, and that right there is just disaster. Very, very small thing, and again, massive consequences.
I love the way that Doom aggressively used the Yokais as well. Noah's hunting for Pokemon with those impact grenades. Man, just look at the energy from Secret. It's not every day of the week that we get to see these guys on the main stage, but I am absolutely loving it. I mean, this team has been competing at the top level for a very long time. We've seen them at events before. In Montreal, they made it to the top 8. Even Manchester, they made it to the top 8. They failed to qualify for EWC last year. An early exit in Boston from 6 Invitational, getting first rounded, a very surprising one at that. And of course, that was what spurred them to bring on Mowgli and Noah, make those roster changes, get rid of long-running players such as Virtue. But this is the furthest they have ever gone for all of these players. Not a single one has made it to a semi-final, let alone a grand final before.
5 seconds to go.
We finally see them in what we call peak form. Those first rounds, they were hard to watch, James, because it's one of those cases where you get inexperienced players in a big final match and they're kind of just crumbling under the pressure. I mean, mind you, this means the world to these players. I mean, the idea of winning a trophy, everyone's got the dream. Very few get to reach that as reality. When you finally get there, are you ready for it? Because you're being tested. Are you good enough? It's the hard facts right now.
Play with a lot of different players, Benji, and I feel like there's something that we see as viewers, the difference between a player that is a great player and a player who's got it, who's got what it takes when it comes to a high-pressure environment. I mean, how many times have we seen insanely big players, even you know, those with a legacy like Shaiko, get into big grand finals and just shit the bed?
The big thing is, I think everyone's allowed to shoot the bed in a single map, but if you shit the bed once, you don't literally recover from it, and the entire final is gonna be like that, that's the brutal one. The ability to mentally reset and compose yourself when you're not having the best game of your career. There was Sports in the podcast content earlier saying, I trust my teammates well with bad games, and it's true. How you can play and how you can range, that's the big thing. Those who find value, opening up to Noah, Nate's going out and right out the counter. He doesn't see him, he missed him. He was right there.
You're hungry for this, Savage. You've already gone for it 2 times. Mowgli punishes an over-aggressive Alamau, who for some reason decided it was a good idea to swing inside. And Secret, well, they well and truly are controlling this round. G2, what is going on?
Yeah, they're kind of playing offbeat right now if you're G2. That step-by-step action no longer is easy because the Monty has been banned away. No shields in this round. Bit of a TDM match, and Blast wins out that engagement. Back to even numbers with plenty of time to work for G2, but they gotta slow it down now, play together, work the map. Secret mostly falling back, actually in fact all of them falling back towards the bomb side of dining and mining.
It's yellow ping diff right there, by the way, between Blaz and Doki. It wasn't even off a drone, it was just off of a player as well. Oh, easy ping, easy wall bang. Blaz has found another one. How does the Frenchman keep unlocking rounds like this? He's going for broke, he's looking for a little bit more. There's just 2 more players to find. One Secret, rounding that corner, it's Mowgli, who crosses into him, finds that kill, a big headshot. Frenchman taking down his countryman on the opposite side, and we settle into a 2 versus 2.
Blaster was stepping so good, finding the 2 pieces to surrender his own body shortly after. Now G2 again don't have numbers advantage and less information, no drones to work with really. They gotta go together. Stumpin and Doki, the roommates, plays together, lives together, and usually wins together.
15 seconds to do it. Mowgli's
แต่
revealed
2
his
ตัว
position by taking shots. Doom, man, he
Crossfire.
has been
Oh.
unreal today, and he and Mowgli together will put Secret on map point. G2
Crossfire.
have no response.
Secret have flipped the script right now and taken full control. G2 trying to play fast pace, a little bit
ที่ position
disrespectful
ดี
and
มาก
works
อะ
out to stop
จาก
things
ฝั่ง
off. Then it
Secret
falls
นะ
apart. Early
มี
Nate
คนหนึ่ง
Malamao
ยื
doesn't
น
make sure
ยื
that
น
he's in
ข้าง
that
ๆอะไร
room.
อะ
He
ร
gets
ถไฟ
pushed
อะ
on out,
ส่วน
calls
อี
on
กคนห
the
นึ่ง
rappel,
รถก
then dies
พี่อะ
shortly after.
อีกคน
Glass,
2 รอบ
great job on first pick, great job here, then overheats. Swings this hallway
แล้วก็คือ
unnecessarily.
ไปเก็บพลิกมาได้
Looking
แล้ว
to
ก็
help
กลับ
him,
มาหล
no
บเลย
trade,
อันนี้เป็น perfect siege
and
นะ
you lose
Yeah.
everything that you just
Crossfire.
gained with those earlier kills.
Did he stare down the camera?
It felt like it.
Mowgli. Wow. G2 picked this map, by the way.
ไซเนี้ย
That they did.
ที่จริงอ่ะถึงมันจะแบบ
That
มัน
they
ไม่เห็น
did.
ค่อยแบบไม่ค่อยเห็นมันเล่นในแรงใช่
to
ป่ะ
be fair,
แต่ไซเนี้ย
G2
เป็น
have
ไซที่
had
ดี
what I would
นะ
call
สำหรับผม
mixed
อะ
results in
เพราะผม
Cafe.
เป็นคนที่ชอบ
Yeah,
เล่น
they've
จากด้าน
played
บ
it.
น
They've
เนี่ย
done well.
เล่น
They've
จาก
beaten all the Brazilian teams here. They
vertical
sent all 3 Brazilian teams in
ชอบ
playoffs
มาก
home,
เล
in
ย
fact.
เพราะ
But
มัน
it
เป็นแบบ
wasn't
สไต
a
ล์ที่แบบว่า
confidence-inspiring win against
Don't
Fury
do
on Cafe
shit
where I'm
with
going
him,
like,
like,
yeah, they should pick it
ไปอยู่
again.
บนหัว
No, it really
นะ
wasn't.
มันมาเล่นด้านบนกันเพราะว่าจะทำ
On the
vertical
flip side, I
มี
mean,
แบบคนที่ยัง
Secret,
ไม่รู้
they've only had confident wins. Their very first map, if you remember, was actually
พอดี
the
ว่า
first map
ไซ
that
ส์
we
บอมอยู่
casted
ด้านล่าง
at
แต่ถ้าข้างไซ
EWC.
ส์เป็น
Secret taking on the reigning
อันนี้ได้
champions,
เลย
the three
คือถ้าเล่น
times
พวก
Falcons.
เอ่อ
And what an
ถ้ารู้
upset
อิ
it
นโฟ
was
ถ้า
when
รู้
we
อินโฟ
saw
ว่าใน
Secret
ในไซ
knock
ส์เนี่ย
those guys down to the
วาง
lower
ตรงไหน
bracket eventually to be
ตรง
eliminated
ว่า
by SSG. Who would have thunk it?
วอลแบง
That
ได้
they
เล
would
ย
make it all the way to the grand final.
If I recall
ไซ
correctly,
ส์
that
ดี
was
นะ
also
แต่
a slow
ไม่ค่อย
start
เห็น
from
คนเล่นในแรง
Secret.
กันไม่รู้ทำไม
Being a bit
อันนี้
scared,
อันนี้ไม่รู้
nervous
จ
in
ริ
the
ง
serve, but they
ๆจะเป็
found
นเพ
their
ราะว่าแรง
stride,
น่ะ
and over time
เขา
they came
ไม่
out
ได้
on
เล่น
top
กัน
looking a lot better.
ไม่ค่อยมีคนขึ้นไปเล่นด้าน
8-6
บน
if I
เลย
could recall correctly.
It was 8-6. In fact, it's the only overtime map that we've seen from Secret. It's the closest any team has been to beating Secret at this tournament. It was Falcons in their very first match. Every single other game from Secret has been, well, for the most part, a convincing win.
Yeah, definitely.
A 7-2 W7M. They had a 7-3 on the first map against SSG. The closest any other team has gotten was SSG's 7-5 on Bank.
And they started 6-1 or
อยู่บน
6-2
หัว
as well, so Secret could have
อยู่บน
closed
หัว
that
อยู่บนหัว
earlier had
They
they...
could have.
Oh, okay. Now we're going to bring the skylight Mowgli. Let's relax here for a second, bud.
Mowgli does not believe in relax.
Hi.
And Savage,
เอารอด
I don't
เอา
know
ได้ไง
where that nitro cell was from, but a big kill.
แต่ Secret ตาย
Blaz
ไปแล้ว
also taken down though
เป็
by,
นเทรด
well, that C4, and Doom, of course, was found by G2. So we end with
ก็เป็
even
นคิว
numbers,
ที่
but
ใหญ่
I
เหมือน
think
กันนะ เพ
Secret
ราะ
is
ว่า
still just oozing
ไม่มีคน
confidence.
ดูกล้องแล้วดรอป
from
มาแล้ว
laundry
ซ้อม
room
เป็น
downstairs towards Cocktail
เป็น
into
แร
the
มนะ
rappel.
Of course
So
it
a nice little
was.
vertical angle there to cut off the
เหมือน
rotation
เข้าจากทาง
player on
PS
the rappel.
ตอนนี้เข้าทางสเตจ
Now
แล้วด้วย
Iran and
ซ้ำนะ
G2 now
ฝั่ง
looking a
นี้
little bit like Secret in their
แต่
attacks.
ตอนนี้เหมือน Secret ยังไม่รู้นะครับว่าทักไซต์ตัวเองโดนบุกมาแล้ว จากด้านบนนะฮะ
Shut down.
God damn
แต่สตอมเป็น
Mowgli!
ตายไปแล้ว
Another
มอ
kill,
ลี่
another 2K, and perhaps
Mowgli.
G2 are on their way
And
out. It's
how
Moira. He's certainly going to need to be a demon here, but I think Secret, well, they look quite like exorcists.
เราต้องมาดูกันว่า
4 versus
เวลา
1 as G2 just have this one lonely player
สถานการณ์นี้ได้ไหม
hiding,
ผมเคยเห็น
baiting,
คนนี้
waiting for someone to swing
ที่
him.
จะ
What a way to kick off a grand
มีโอกาส
final.
ชนะอยู่นะ
A lot of people were sitting back wondering how on earth could the Dark
Oh.
Horses take on G2?
เขาทำอะไรวะ
Well,
น่ะ
you have your answer.
แบบแรกนะฮะ
Team Secret with the
ทาง
upset
Team Secret
on
ได้เอาไป
Cafe. And the
แบบแรก
underdogs
Secret
take the lead in
ได้
the
ไปนะฮะ
series.
I gotta say it. Since the rehost, Alamao went 0-6 and went quietly into the
เหมือน
map
เทคนิค
on
ทำเอา
the
เมื่อกี้
attacking
จะใช้
side.
ได้เลยนะ
Didn't
They got
have
that
the waste in the
one
building,
key
didn't
there.
have the mid round, and Mowgli got to a point where he got so confident he was swinging every single angle, being so disrespectful, but winning almost every single fight.
Another map goes by, and Team Secret are still undefeated at EWC. Nobody can take a map off of these underdogs. They are a dark horse like no other. And to think that they are the youngest
แต่
roster
ว่ายังไม่
at
จ
the
บนะทุกคน
tournament, they continue their reign
ยังเหลื
even
อ
against an opponent as prestigious and a player as
ต้อง
prodigious
ชนะ
as
3 แมตช์
Stompin. G2
เพราะ
need
ฉะ
to
นั้น
bounce
อย่า
back,
เพิ่ง
but thankfully for
เพิ่ง
them,
คิด
this
ว่า
ain't a
ทีมจะ
BO1.
ชนะนะ
Nah, it ain't even a BO3.
Rod
This is a
do
best of 5, baby.
รอดู
They
ก่อน
got all
ว่า
the time to work with. The
Oh,
next stop will be
oh.
Clubhouse, a much more fundamentally sound map. The 1-2-3, the ABC strategically, and I think Alamao will surely wake up for that one.
Oh, he's going to have to. Thankfully, our analysts are well and wide awake and ready to break that down.
สตอมเป็นฟอร์ม ตอนเป็นฟอร์มไม่ได้เลยนะแต่แบบ
We absolutely are more than wide awake. We were shook awake, if I do say so myself. This was G2's map pick. We had an expectation that they're gonna hit the ground running. You're gonna get your own map pick under your belt because of how the map veto went. But no, Secret break them.
Yeah, and with the way that this map started, it was gonna look like G2 would have a good start on that. But then once it hit those 3 rounds, Secret actually did really well to salvage that beginning half. The momentum definitely in their favor going into that second half as well. Some of these individual players just always have at their crosshair where it needs to be. You're looking at Mowgli moving through a hallway, for example. He just knows where the opponent's going to be and has that crosshair placement.
กันหรือเปล่าอันนี้ต้องรออีกแล้ว
I can't hear you, so I'm gonna keep talking while they fix that. But
Anne is the GOAT. Thank you for giving me a microphone. Look, I'm glad you brought up Mowgli because I wanted to highlight that he started off really, really slow. Secret as a whole started off slow, but I wonder if that came down to Mowgli having a bit of a slower start than usual. He didn't get a kill for 4 rounds, and he's one of those players that makes big impact plays. And straight after he got a kill, they went on a massive streak. So I think Mowgli was a big part of that resurgence for Team Secret, and of course a little bit of defensive sidedness or cafe as well.
it's also really interesting that you're bringing up Mowgli because coming into this game specifically when we had that interview with Lax as the team was walking in, you know, Lax like, yo Mowgli, like how are you feeling? He was like, yeah, you know, my first final. And Leo on the desk said it himself. He was like, oh, Mowgli looks a little shaky. He's like a little bit in his own head. But I think that really then comes to the point where after you've already played a couple of rounds then on that first map, you realize, wait, it's not that deep. Like, we got this. And that's when he came online, and that's when you're seeing Secret, as you mentioned, everybody just following right behind him.
That's the worst part because you see in some finals, some players can't get out of their own head for maps. And you're like, by that point, it's too far gone. Thank God it's a best of 5 so you can get your feet a little bit, catch your breath. He only took a few rounds, and I said it was 4 rounds. He finally got his first kill and he went, oh yeah, as Ginny said, it's actually not that bad to be out here.
Yeah, and G2 as well, I mean, we have to highlight them regardless either way, and Stompin, one of the players that we're gonna have to continue highlighting and continuing hammering home how much this player is doing for G2.
Yeah, that 4K absolutely amazing what we saw from him there. However, if you look at the rest of his stats in the other rounds, he wasn't really getting as many kills every single round to really consistently put up something for his team. We're not used to seeing that from him. We're used to seeing a way better performance to really put those numbers on the board. Something we saw yesterday as well with that MVP coming out from him. There are still plenty of maps though, like you say, it sometimes takes a little bit of time to wake up and get out of your own head, and I'm sure he will do that.
I'm a little mad that Doki stole the ace. I think we can all sit here and safely say that was completely unnecessary, and I could see Doki laughing afterwards, but I promise you, because you both live alone, when you get home, you and Stompin are having a chat back, like, because that was going to be a clip and a half. That was going on the Twitter, that was going on all the socials, so be careful, Doki, when you get home, buddy.
Actually, I think it was you who mentioned it earlier, Anne, where you're like, it looks like people are watching the game of G2, like, with the finger hovering over that click button, because whenever something happens, 5 seconds later, it's on social media. Like, people are so tuned in and dialed into this game, and I think for a player like Stompin, especially when it comes to that lack of competitive experience that we've seen from this player, it could potentially put on any pressure, and I think maybe if this was any other player that could have, you know, crumbled under that pressure, but he doesn't.
No, any other player, yes, but Stompin, no. I mean, he said it in interviews before as well. He's used to playing in front of tens of thousands of viewers. Together with Jinxie, for example, as well, in those streams. He's used to people talking bad about the way he plays. Like, if he performs something bad on stream, people will respond to that in the Twitch chat. So this doesn't really get to him on a level like that.
But they have to stay level-headed. They have to keep themselves in this competition because they need to win that next map, which, you know, is a map that they don't ever actually let go through in the veto. So, quick final thoughts before we throw it to break.
All I can say is that there are a lot of rookies out there and everyone needs to step up their game, shake off the nerves.
Yeah, it is obviously an opportunity for Secret, given that they wanted to pick this map. G2 have not played it. It's been their perma-ban in the last 2 months, but we have seen these curveballs before, where it turns out the team actually has been playing it and they're willing to bring it out.
Yeah, and if there's any events where we can be expecting curveballs, it's here at EWC, but we're going to be heading over to a quick break, and we'll be back with the second map of this best of 5 series.
หลายคนอาจจะแบบสงสัยว่าเอ้ยเอ็งพูดถึง G2 บ่อยเนี่ยเอ็งเชียร์ G2 หรือเปล่าก็ไม่ได้เชียร์ G2 เชียร์ช่องไฟเลยพอยอ่ะระดับ รอบแล้วรอบแพ้กับทีน่าเศร้ามากก็ทีมต้องเข้ามาใหม่ก็ต้องปรับตัวไม่ได้แน่นอนเพราะเขาแบบเดินมาเป็นหลายปีแล้วไม่ตีมาหลายปีแล้วความเหนื่อยก็ว่าไม่แปลกที่แบบสองตัวมันใหญ่ยิ่งกว่าสตอมเป็นเพราะว่าสตอมเล่นเล่นในแบบเมาส์เลยเมาส์คีย์บอร์ดใช่ไหมล่ะนั่นคือแค่แบบปรับตัวกับคนในทีมตัวเริ่มต้นมันเข้ามาอะไรผมว่ามันไม่ได้ยากเท่ากับการที่แบบว่าเคยอยู่กับที่มานานมากผมไม่รู้จะอธิบายไงมันดูเหมือนเดิมดูเหมือนกันคือแบบเข้าใจแผนเขาอะเอางี้ก่อนพูดถึงทางนี้แหละแผนนะฟังเอเมตี้ไม่เหมือนไม่มีทางนี่แหละน้อลอยคือยังไงนะเขาเรียกว่าอะไรทางเอเมตี้เขาก็มีแผนของเขาใช่ไหมล่ะแผนการเล่นของเขาใช่ไหมพอเปลี่ยนมาเป็นซูเปอร์ไฟอย่างเงี้ยแผนการเล่นก็ไม่เหมือนเดิมก็เจอกับคนที่แบบว่าอะไรโค้ชเป็นกัปตันทีมที่แบบที่ดีเหมือนจะดีที่สุดในโลกอะแต่ไม่อยากจะพูดอย่างนั้นเพราะว่าไม่รู้กันทุกคนก็ดีเหมือนกัปตันทีมที่ดีอะคือแบบเหมือนต้องปรับตัวอะไรหลายอย่างว่าเข้าใจแต่ผมสังเกตอะไรนะเวลามันจะมีช่วงที่แบบสปอยไม่ได้คิวแบบเคดีน้อยอ่ะเข้าใจปะแล้วแบบทีมจะชนะเสมอเว้ยแต่แบบอันนี้สปอยมีเคดีเยอะอย่างเงี้ยทีมดูท่าจะแพ้อะไม่รู้เหมือนกันนะว่าเป็นเพราะอะไรทุกคนไม่เป็นไรนะมันจะเริ่มแล้วไอ้ทำของเล่นทาร์เก็ตดีกว่าไม่มีอะไรทำอ่ะไล่เล่นเวลาผมไม่มีอะไรทำในเกม R6 เนี่ยผมจะเล่นทาร์เก็ตดีแบบไม่อยากเสียเคดีเข้าใจปะตอนนี้ผมเล่น R6 มันเก็บเคดีอยู่เดี๋ยวมายังคนชัดใจเย็นกำลังมาแล้วผมลืมเรียนดูโอลิงโก้เลยแบบเอาไงเดียไม่เป็นไรแหละไม่เป็นไรหรอกโอลิงโก้เขาใจดีอะเนาะOh my god Flashman ต้องฝึกคุมรีคอยกับปืนแอร์ด้วยไม่เก่งเลย
The good timings. I do think Clubhouse can be a decent map for them, but it comes down to leadership again. It comes down to Alamau, the guy who was very quiet on the scoreboard on Cafe, has to show up strategically in the server. Again, since the rehost after the third or fourth round or whatever, Alamau was 0 and 6, did nothing on the attack at half. On Clubhouse, you don't gotta get kills, you just gotta beat.
But for Team Secret, with every step they take, it's one step closer to the trophy. One step closer than they have ever been before. G2 stands in their way as we get into the second map.
Operator bans, very important on Cafe. We saw both teams play so well around it. Might just be a boring one though. I can smell a bandit, Kaid ban, and double heartbeats from a mile away, and I think this one might be it unless... No, they're gonna do it, James. Let's watch this.
It's gonna be
Ace. Yeah. Oh, actually, Mira. Okay, we're not.
You're right about the double hard breach.
Yeah.
Thermite and Maverick left on in, of course, as well as the team can openers. Team Secret starting on that attacking side. G2 choosing to go to defense first. They're not going to have the Kaid, not going to have the Mira. But they will have is Bandit if they go upstairs, and if they go downstairs, well, plenty of other operators to make this interesting.
So one of the things you can do here is, If you leave the mirror open, you can play 2 round and mirror check, mirror trick the extra third parts of the might, or pre-place the mirror window, open and then impact the candle openers, which means you can't really get the wall opened up. The other option is, of course, you ban the mirror, now the bandit is open, but you gotta do some verticality, Sophia stuns, nades, capital fire, you have many more ways to deal with that issue, so I feel like that's really why Secret opted for the mirror back instead.
Of course, also Secret only have to deal with the bandit on the bomb sites where he's useful, just fewer than the bomb sites where the mirror is useful.
Also a good point. So I definitely think this is a smart choice here from the side of Secret. We've seen a lot of teams falter to the mirror window shenanigans on the exterior walls, and it's a bad way to go out.
It is. For this round, though, G2 starting off in the basement. Hello, that's a free one. And immediately a mute jam to go down. Loira loitering upstairs with plenty of mute jams to support him. The roam call will likely come from June. Never mind, it won't come at all because he's been taken down by Stumpin very early on. A very curious choice. Perhaps a missed drone or a miscommunication from Team Secret. As G2 kick things off with a free kill.
Light dual extension. Stumpin had the hack open. He is now fallen back and had that option of whenever he feels the pressure is too much, he can just slip away. Secret are opting for a full roam clear. Blitz upstairs top floor. But because T2 already got the opening pick, they've gotten much more value than they actually decided. They can fall all the way back, play 5v4 by the bomb site. When you do this kind of extensive roam from G2, you have 3 different reasons to fall back. One is that you've burned enough time on the clock, you killed enough drones, or you've gotten the kill. Those are the 3 big things that you're looking for. So when you get the early pick, especially Togepi, get back downstairs and don't throw this lead away.
And so you can see on the UI, everyone from G2 is back downstairs. Team Secret are getting to work on this floor. Savage, the shield, of course, that's a bit of an elephant in the room. Stomping around on the ground floor. We talked a lot about the shield play on the first map. Team Secret were forced to just try and use that the fuse rather to the best ability that they could. They didn't really like that Blackbeard, but of course now the blitz is open, Savage is going to go for it. A lot of ways you can use it, particularly dropping down the hatch. One thing I'm curious of is, well, Team Secret, you don't have Ebony, you don't have Ace, and there's still a Vulcan canister on the kitchen hatch. Successful though from Stompin, and so massive hole in the defense on Church. Big kill from Stompin. Savage takes a little bit of team fire, but doesn't seem to matter as the fire goes out on site. And Secret are finding all of the kills. Mowgli's turned it on. Oh my god! Mowgli! What a 4K is that? This man's got his W key taped down. And he's so goddamn good. He stood up so hard that his bloody keyboard and headphones fell out. Oh, that is one way to make a statement if you're Secret.
Walks in, finds the gap, gets the kill, the one tap, surprising himself, keeps moving on forward, and the exact same aggression, the confidence that we saw being built up onto Faye is starting here in the very first round. Make that 2, and the one tap 3. 3. There it goes. Doom cannot believe it. A single man has won the round for his entire team.
And to think that this guy was on Wolves for years, making it to these international events almost every single one. In fact, I think there were one of only 2 or 3 teams that made it to every single global final in 2023. And then just slowly they got closer and closer to making a real difference. SI24, they were knocked out by the Australians of teams, and then eventually they disbanded. They dropped that entire French roster who went their separate ways. Of course, most of them formed BDS, the now BDS roster. Mowgli, the odd one out. He was the star fragger of that roster, who is known for being a little bit difficult. He was so hot and cold on Wolves, but he was by far and away the best player, the top fragger. He's found a home on Secret, and my god, he looks comfortable here.
The whole team has now embraced Mowgli's playstyle and presence in the server, and it fits. It's much better fit with this roster. And that's the thing, you have a good player in the wrong team, and you'll just be that, a good player. Put a good player in a great team, you'll become a great player. Because you all work together. Aggression catches up, Mowgli is still firing, Blitz behind him for support. Yes, they've taken damage, but Team Secret, they strike first, they get the opening kill.
G2 do want to keep fighting back, but it's not looking hot for Doki, a little bit too hot perhaps, as the fire forces him back to retreat. Alana looking to try and find a first kill here for G2, as he scrapes away with Noah's scalp. Secret quick to try and respond, but everyone from G2 has slunk back into the rafters and gone back downstairs into the basement.
Team Secret won the previous round because it did the off-pace play. Basically, they attacked the bomb site before it made any logical sense for G2. They were not prepared for it. When that happens a single time, G2 will not keep that guys. Watch the gaps because Mowgli might just walk in because he's being a little bit silly. It shouldn't work a second time. When both Jum and Mowgli low on HP, it won't be comfortable for them. They have an inkling that somebody's here. They has the right read. Wallbang misses, but they're all there. The whole team showed up. And they secure the free kill on
And that is beautiful. I don't know whether there was a drone placed that Noah was watching.
In cash, Noah. So they saw him go to catwalk. They never saw him.
That's good play. And I mean, even Noah falling early, worth his weight in gold.
I like
this. Look at this from Blaz.
Rat play again, it might work.
Blaz does somehow steal Secret. I won't mind that. Finding one kill, the Blitz no less. It's a 2 versus 3 here for G2.
Can they find it though? It's been a bit of a rat round, right? They've been walking around hiding, doing different things. It hasn't worked out. Now they gotta go to 2v3, but like 3 separate players across both teams on solo health that one bullet will make a difference.
There's a lot of time to work with though for Secret. And here comes the push in from Adrian. He's stuck all the way back. Retreats behind the keeper barrier in his AK's position. Adrian has to try and find him. Oh, that smoke is perfection. Hold on a second. Because Stompin is keen to make a play, hiding just on the other side of the smoke. Mowgli's found a third, and Stompin is the last one remaining. What can the young prodigy do? Is this his moment? With 3 players waiting, that diffuser goes down, he sees 2 of them, but he doesn't land any shots, and these keeper barriers are making it so difficult. Mowgli's hunting for more, but he goes down. Keep in mind, Juma's low HP, and Stompin is still full. And my god, does he have a weapon in his hands. That Vector with the ACOG. He's got to isolate these fights.
He doesn't know about the corner. Now he knows, though, they're going to peel back.
How does he win this? There's no line of sight to be used. They stack up together, and June finds the kill. It's back-to-back on the attack for Team Secret.
It's 2v1 played nicely. They recognize, guys, we don't have a post plan. The walls are closed off, but we play together. One guy standing, one guy crouched, fight together. Stomping can't take us both down. It won't be like Cafe. It will not be that 1v5 type vibe. It's been blood. It's been messy. It's been TDM-y. I love it. Oh my god, that wallbang is ridiculous, by the way.
Mowgli is just seething confidence right now. G2 are trying to fight back the best way they know how to meet and match this aggression, but it's not working. Especially not when that Blitz is on the board. Even that aggressive play from Blaz and Kitchen, it seemed like a nice idea. It was risky. That's the G2 way. It doesn't work when it's a Blitz coming up against you. Even though he found one, it wasn't enough. And now Romalio has a few choice words. This is the 3rd round of the game, by the way. And we're already seeing a tactical timeout from G2.
It's starting to feel a little bit like Space Station versus Team Secret, where once Secret figure out the tempo of the round, there's no coming back from it. G2 are trying their best, I think, to match the aggression of Secret right now, saying, you're going to go fast, we're going to go fast as well. You can't run away from us. You can't keep up, essentially. It might be time to do the opposite. Play trap operator, say, okay, if you want to go fast, we're going to have these countermeasures. When you go past this door, this line in the sand, then we have an advantage and we'll fight you there. Right now, G2 are taking any fight anywhere on the map. They might even start saying, we'll fight them in this room, but not that room. Because they're taking 50-50 against Mowgli, who's 7-1. And he is literally in front of the Blitz on the entry, not behind the Blitz, in front of him.
And I feel like with every game Secret plays, it calls into question everything that has subsided so far at EWC, right? We talked about that first match that they had in the group stage, 8-6 over Falcons. Falcons were the favorite team. Of course, Falcons knocked Secret out of the playoffs in PFL to steal their spot in the grand final of that tournament. That was a big rematch, and Secret were like, wow, this is revenge. This is what they've been looking for. And then the next match, 7-2 over W7M, the reigning major champions. Okay, it's a bit of an upset. Maybe W7M were off their day. And then 2-0ing Apex Best in Weibo. We're like, okay, well, maybe Weibo just, didn't look so good that game, even though they had already beat DZ. And then another 2-0 over SSG, who have been in peak form. At what point do we say, hold on, Secret, they are the real deal?
It almost feels like like Secret have flown under the radar because they've not played very many games actually. G2 played much more, going lower bracket, playing more best of threes, playing third maps in those best of three series. Just flying through it, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, flawlessly, no big deals here. We've seen so little from them, it feels like we can't fully judge them yet. And we're in the grand finals. And what we gotta judge them from right now is that they're pretty damn good.
Yeah. But this is the first time we're seeing this really aggressive Secret. It's the first time we're seeing Mowgli just say, all right, guys, you know what I might do? I might just kill everybody.
It's a staple of his, but again, doing it against the best, that's the challenge. G2, they're sitting back, they're waiting for him to get to the right spot. And this strike first is C4. It clipped the ceiling, doesn't quite get out of there. But they got the Fenrir, they got gadgets, they got layers to this defense. Secret either gotta cut off the rotations or fall back, which they haven't. G2 at 1 minute 30 said, we don't care any longer, that's the timer. We're gonna fall back to the side and play that 5v5.
Yeah.
Mujama taken down, it's been slow from Secret. Another drone spotted. Laura, though, has not been yet detected by Team Secret. And Doki's going to play aggressively to try and bait a little bit for his teammate. The fire, the shots to try and allow the aggression in from Laura. He goes and finds Mowgli. Busy on the drone for Flores. He's a full victim of Laura, who still holds on to his position, by the way, and hungry for more. SMT 11 in hand, a flashbang to suppress him. Another one to follow here from Jum. Laura cannot see a damn thing, but he still hasn't been eliminated, and he finds another kill! Jum eventually puts him to rest, but the damage has well and truly been done.
Yeah, a great play from Laura, but again, Secret a little bit too quick to get up those angles. They got good fire, they got good positions. Again, Secret are going to be locked out of this one. Forced into offense, forced into crossfires. They got to hit some miracle shots on this one.
And Jum gets that diffuser back again. This needs to be explosive. They gotta go to have the numbers advantage. Secret are going for broke, but Alamau with the fire and with the vector. G2 put the site on lock and find their first round of Clubhouse.
Finally. And I mean, honestly, Secret there, they didn't have a chance. The fire is there, gotta sprint through it. You don't have time to wait because of what happened earlier. I really liked how they got into the 5v5 for both teams. G2, they said, okay, we don't care about the roam, we'll play the side. Secret recognized it, okay, let's take the map space for free. And then they barely breach the connector wall, start Flores droning, and leave Flores as the only guy there on drone. And Laura walks on him, gets the freebie. Had they waited 3-5 more seconds and Laura makes the play, Laura dies for nothing. Had they waited 3-5 more seconds and Laura doesn't make that play, it's a standstill, 5v5 still, anybody's round. So it comes down to the details again. Mowgli first round, created the gap, created space, won the round. Laura did the exact same thing in reverse there on defense.
And yet how good is it, the way that G2, when they make those solo plays, they're actually not solo.
No, that's the big thing. G2 would do this 6 months ago, they'd be trolling because there's no plan in motion. What we saw, not sure it was Doki, but Operator.
It was Doki on the Azami, it was so genius.
On Master Door, walks in, supporting Laura. They make the play together. He walks up because he shoots it over. He falls back, saying, guys, we're not here. Laura makes the play.
Laura's got to vault that rotate hole, right, from office, and that's going to make a hell of a lot of noise. So Doki is shooting suppressive fire, it masks the sound, and then like you said, Doki runs away, they think, oh, it's clear. It's just, it's the subtlety of Siege.
Yeah.
Little moments like that are not to be underestimated.
It's all about communication. I think a lot of people go, oh yeah, but every player would always do that. And as I can tell you right now, they wouldn't. A lot of people don't make that communication. You don't say, hey, bait for me, hey, make some sound. And whether it's Doki saying, hey, Laura, let's make a play, or Laura saying, Doki, make some noise, we'll never know, unless we ask the players. But the matter of fact is, someone said the right thing, and they did the right play.
When you play a game like Siege, you don't have the time to communicate, oh, I'm going to do this, and you're going to do this, and then we're going to, no, you just have to say, make noise for me. Here we go, Loira, stomping. He's hungry for more. Oh, look at this from Alamau. He's shut down, but there's a second kill. No! Noah finds them both, supported by Savage on the blitz. It's a hammer and anvil. Oh no. Stompin gets the down, but not the kill confirmed. Is he able to find it from inside a garage? He can impact the wall and look for that kill.
He wants it so bad.
He goes for it with the impact grenade. Worried about the blitz. The wall bang from Jum is perfection. It all comes down to Doki. Hang on a second. How is he still in stock? He finds one. A 1v2. Where are you going, Adrian? Jum, where are you going? He's got the diffuser. Savage needs to close the distance.
Oh, he missed!
He missed! And the pistol flash from Savage. A 1v1 that Secret will happily take. A calamitous round. Back and forth. What is going on?
One of the most, I don't know, chaotic clubhouse I've seen in a very long time. From two Europeans nonetheless. Hipfire kills, flank dropping. The double push here is good because of being pushed from bar from the blitz of Savage. So either you fight the King who has the gun, or you fight the blitz who has the flash.
Oh. This is like pro players playing casual, where there's only 1 minute on the round and the defenders are just sending it.
And they have no microphones. I mean, Adrian runs straight below Doki where he killed his teammate, dies to a hipfire, misses the melee button, by the way. It's so chaotic that no one is really able to have a clean round because you gotta match the chaos.
Yeah.
If G2 aren't playing aggressively into this, they'll be overrun by Secret. They have to get a bit silly. And it could have been, it wasn't. It's exciting though, because Clubhouse, always spoken of as a, I'm not going to say a foreign map because it's my favorite one. Strategical, slow paced, ABCs, the first, the second, the third. So it's very classic Rainbow Six-esque style. This has been anything but that. And it's not like the teams are not reinforcing the walls and setting up. There's a very clear vision from these defenses of G2. The Goyo fire, the castle barricades, etc. But they end up having to just fight it out in the server, 1-to-1. Yeah, also, first time both teams playing club at this event, I believe, which means there's not a lot of bot to go from.
No, not at all. I'm actually having a look back at the last time that G2 played Clubhouse, and I'm having to go really far back. It wasn't in the last 90 days, I can tell you that.
Oh, really? So not with his roster at all, in fact.
No, not since bringing in Stompin for Uno.
Okay.
The last time that we saw them play Clubhouse was 270 days ago.
Really?
Against Shopify Rebellion, 11th of November that was last year. The last time they won it was even longer ago. It was against Wild last October in the EML. G2 are not fans of this map, and they haven't been for a very long time. Secret picked it, and now they're showing why.
Best of 5, baby. If you got gaps in your maps, this is where they'll be found and exploited.
I can't believe G2 picked Cafe first.
I think it's been, I saw a tweet from a person called Hannibal B, a friend of mine.
I know the guy.
He said he felt like Cafe G2 was a fool me once, fool me twice, fool me thrice, and then all of a sudden you get exposed. They've overplayed it. They felt maybe so good because they've beaten great teams on it, but they played it so many times.
Also lost to Furia yesterday, so it's pretty cocky to pick that as your first map of the VO5 here, because I wouldn't be too surprised at this rate to see a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 for Secret.
You're giving it a lot of space to make the plays, that's for damn sure. The Clash doing the work, baiting once more for his team of Loira, teammate rather. I feel like Secret are gonna know what's up though. There's never a solo player from G2. Jum swings the rotate. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they don't have the read. He's gone on drone, seemingly unnoticed. If you walk through this rotate, you will die. Now Loira, decision-making time. Do you now chase your target through the rotate yourself, or do you stay in that corner?
I think he's just gonna sit here. He's looking very patient at the moment.
Monty walks in.
No idea. I think Monty's gonna get killed from behind. Mowgli falls. Run. Loira's found his first. Looks for a little bit more, but he can't contest that Monty, so he falls on back. And this is Doki's chance to get aggressive, take the fight to that Montaigne.
Very close room here, Connector and Cash, softball by the bomb side, and no real counterplay. Nomad's dead, no self-destruction. This Clash should be thriving.
Loira is found Jim as well. He's so hungry for more here, aggressing these angles. Savage needs to get aggressive. Straight on in to CCTV.
Plant here?
Looks for a potential plant with no covering and Blaz going down. Just maybe it is possible. There are no nitro cells on the board, but Doki on that Clash is going to make things extremely awkward. We need to see aggression. In comes Noah. He's got the SMG in hand, but he's not likely to find the kill. He spots the Clash, finds one, traded back. It's chaos. As Adrian is left in a 1v2, no diffuser planted, he needs to go deep, and Loira, he opens it and closes it for G2 as they reply and get one step closer to evening the score.
Such a disgusting round from Loira. I mean, he is everywhere, fighting all the angles, the crossfires, he doesn't give a damn. I think Loira's recognized that he might just be the single player that can keep up with Mowgli right now in this server from the sheer ridiculousness of how to play these rounds. He is making all these mini plays happen, and it's Doki every single time that he's working around. Asami and Mute, Gym defense, now Loira himself playing the castle of all operators with the Clash of Doki supporting. He's outside the building half the round, like what is this?
I just love that from Loira. He's taking cover outside the building.
I mean, that's just, the value is so big in that round.
He's 7 kills deep, by the way. He's caught up with Mowgli.
He's got 7 kills in 2 rounds, by the way.
After round 2, he was 7-1.
And on the flip side, Mowgli was 7-1-1 after 2 rounds, and now 7-4-1. Has not even done enough damage to warrant an
You said a hot and
assist.
cold. If you get a really consistent, stable team in Noah, Doom, Savage, and Adrian, and then an occasional hot and cold from Mowgli, you are one of the best teams in the world. But if you get an average or below average experience from the other 4 players and Mowgli doesn't go hot, you're gonna get probably not a winning team necessarily. And it's why consistency is so important, because consistency around those really crazy players can make or break a team.
Sometimes you just need someone to go for broke, and the thing is, yeah, Secret have Mowgli, but G2 have so many players.
You can name them all.
Keep going. All of them. Yeah. Well, like that.
The only person that I would say the job isn't like that is maybe Blast and sometimes Alamao.
Even then, Blaz, like last map, he was popping up. Going for a lot of entries, playing aggressively. Everyone on GT is capable.
I think Blast also had the match MVP in one of their recent matches as well. So he definitely has what it takes. And again, I always say this, Blast does the job that goes unnoticed and underappreciated in the server. Thankless role no one really sees. Then it's, you know, Laura stomping to steal the show and be like, oh, I can 1v5 my opponent, I'm the best player. They kind of are, but they get help from the players like Doki, like Blast, like Alamao.
Oh, look at this angle from Loira. I mean, SMG11, he's contesting that with the holo side.
A gun is just a gun to Loira. Doesn't matter which one it is. It's SMG11, a 416 carbine, a DMR. It's all the same. 100 headshot. I will take the gunfight.
We got to chat with Doki on the stage briefly, and he said the same thing about mice.
Yeah.
He was tossing out, which of these mice should I use? And then he says, it doesn't actually matter. It's all mental. All in here.
He's like gaslighting himself. He was very like, he's like, I don't know.
I do love that energy from G2. They're always having fun.
Ooh.
Except for when Doom is doing that to them. That's a very deep angle. And Doki, well, his mouse didn't save him there. His keeper barriers might have, but he was exposed. Now Secret, inching closer to that bomb site.
Yeah, and they got a different win condition than last time. The Monty, there's 2 things you can do. Either you walk into office and take that backbone in control, or you walk into the bomb site door of master bedroom. You can just walk in and plant by the mattress, jump into window, plant by the weights. The walls are reinforced. They got options here for Secret to problem solve. They're just gonna run in the door. Hello?
That's very aggressive.
What? Why?
Puts a stop to it. Secret are now trailing by a player. How does Savage use this Monty? That's the question. We need the Montaigne to be the first one inside. Blast still has a gas babe remaining. Final fires are subsiding here for G2. Secret, as the Grim Bees go out, where is the push going to come from? Hang on, Blaz. Oh, the early shot. He goes down and finished off, but he's been worth so much. It's all up to Savage, and Stomp farms them all. G2 are back in the game. And as the first half sunsets, G2 have made their comeback.
That they have. They've figured out their problems and adapted quite well. Secret Master thought the match's position was clear, but I mean, there's a keeper barrier and a double gym wall reinforcement. If I see that setup going, they gotta try and prioritize that master bedroom mattress position, and they just flashbang and run in. They can go opposite Monty, they can go mastered Monty. The floor is sprint straight in first. I didn't see, but do you think that was Mowgli? Should I check here? I'm gonna check.
The one sprinting inside and dying?
It was Mowgli.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this is perhaps one of the biggest strengths and biggest weakness at the same time. If that's any other player in Mowgli's spot, I don't know if they would make that like, super aggressive play. I think Mowgli was trying to go for an off pace. The Goyo fire canister on the door itself wasn't shot yet by G2, so he just runs on in. He can buy 20 seconds of value, basically.
Yeah, I saw him earlier using his Riteros to try and clear that and I think he missed it.
He must have
Put
missed
it on the wrong side. But not just the Vulcan canister, but also the Dread Mine from Ben. It stunned him. As he entered, it was what gave the cue for the defender to swing in.
That's a good point.
So a little bit of an awkward for poor Mowgli.
It's one of those, if it works, you're a genius, and if it fails, you're silly, right? And I respect the fact that he's going for it, but it's one of those...
To be red.
I was going to say, like, speaking of, he went 7-1, hasn't gotten a kill since, so he's gotten 7 kills in 2 rounds, then got killed us for 4.
Yeah.
When that happens, you got to recognize, maybe it's time to go for a different approach.
Bomb located by attackers.
Yeah, just maybe.
Now they go side pop though, so now it's going to be different.
Of course, and that also means that we've had more operator bands come through, and the coaches have had a chance to chat to the team, and, well, it's not too dissimilar to what you expected the first half. It's going to be double hard bridge denial, double electricity operators in Kaid and Bandit. Secret are going to get rid of that Montaigne, but not the Blitz. No,
ไม่
gonna
มี
leave
เข
that in.
ตเหรอ
They're going to get rid of the
อะไรกับ
Capital
ทีม
instead,
Secret
which I
เนี่ย
think's a good move.
I like
พี่
this
ซิเกรต
a
มัน
lot,
รักอะไรกับ
actually.
โล่
I
เนี่ย
think like
Let-
Monty into Grim and
let
Monty
low
into
you look
Carousel
good,
would be like my
Hold on,
leading picks
off.
personally, because all three of those operators can be played on every single bomb site to very high success, and they play around these pivotal areas, right? Capital, Catwalk, CCTV, or Grim.
I mean, Monty and Capital are arguably the two best attackers to clear out rafters, right?
This again simplifies a very delicate situation at times. For basement, the Grim is very nice to have, not being brought this round by G2 because they want other things. They're spread thin. They got Doki for the roam clear on the demos. They got the Ash out of a Mirrors of Destruction, good entry capabilities. You got Execute and Alama on the Ying, then you get Heart and Vertical Destruction in Blast and Stomach. So they got everything they need, but only Doki can afford to die early. So if there's a roamer, which Mowgli is top 4 right now, Doki has to lead the charge. Maybe Lara and Ash. They can't afford to lose anybody else.
Are they going to hardly do it though? Because it doesn't look like it.
So half clear master bedroom bar. Here goes the window opened up. There is the smoke canister to pop if you want to get some shrouding to cover over one towards garage. But Mowgli again, over aggression could be punished. He's overstaying his welcome on this one, maybe because Stella's are going to be flying out on him. He's got crossfire from Catwalk Rafters. It's a 2v4.
Mowgli still steals a kill. Traded by Doki. Perhaps overthinking that one a little bit, but the fight's not done. Joom is still aggressing. He begins to fall on back. Him and Noah together. Wow, that was too close for comfort to spray through the wall. Belief from Alamount doesn't find its target, but very close.
มองนี่เป็นไรวะ
Trade though. You can always say if Mowgli doesn't
คน
swing
ที่
the
ไม่ได้
door,
8 คิว
he's
มัน
his
ทำอะไร
hand,
ของมัน
he's
วะ
alive, it's a kill,
เขาแบบ
whatever. But a 1-for-1
จะ
trade
พีค
burning
เยอะ
as
ด้วย
much time as they did,
Two
only
angle เลยมั้ง
70 seconds left in the server. I think this is pretty good for Secret because they got the Coil of Fire, they got the Clash Shield. G2 are not gonna work overtime and really double up their pace right now. Soft Destruction right now. Get the hatch, Alamau. Where do you want to execute? They got 3 Cadelas and 2 Smoke Grenades, so deny any lines of sight and blind their opponents. And there is no Warden for Secret.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that execute, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, when you start executing, there's a couple of things you got to deal with, namely that big clash holding onto the site.
สงสัยจะกด
How are you
Adriel
going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with the Vulcan canisters? How are you going to deal with the Keeper barriers? There might just be a gap, but it's being watched here. A solid
ไม่
position
ตาย
here.
นะฮะแต่เอา
From
กันอยู่
Noah,
ว่า
ooh, an impact goes begging.
ด้วยเข้าตัวเอง
Another peak
แต่
though as the flashes come
แต่อะไร
through.
แต่
Alamount
อะไร
Neo
เข้าไซแล้ว
He goes
เข้าไซแล้ว
sprinting
ยังไง
forward. Noah puts him down.
แล้วทำไม
G2 might get the plan, but Secret
แล้ว
are
คือยัง
holding
ไง
the fort.
ผมก็
Stompin's
พี
going to cover the cross.
สตอมเป็น
As
ยังอยู่
Blaz
ครอ
has
ส
confirmed
และ
that plan. A swing from Savage.
Everyone.
Blaz makes it a 1v1.
1v1
Jim, this is your
วิจะตายนะครับน้อง
moment. Blaz is holding it
ต้อง
down.
รีบเลยครับผม
1 HP. As June bides his time, he's got the red pings, he's got the yellow pings. Blaz has got itchy
ปิง
feet.
แดง
Can't find anywhere
Dang,
to
no.
stand. June has got to peek it, and he's got to
Good
peek
ball,
it
yeah.
now. You can't push foot in
Oh.
the race anymore. He's got to go deep. He finds the kill, and June clutches the round for Secret.
ได้เหรอ
Incredibly important clutch for June, but he said, you see this shake right there. He was shaking that server, not being confident. He had red pinks, yellow ping formation, the exact location under lock for Blaz, and still he barely wins out with a pre-fire. Doesn't even see the guy.
รู้ว่าแพ้ไปแล้ว
Not the kind of clutch you want, but the one that you definitely need in that round.
Oh.
I thought we were gonna have a finally have a classic clubhouse simple round. It wasn't.
You thought wrong.
I thought wrong. The second the first Candela popped, it was chaos all the way through.
I thought Stompin was going to have it on lock from the bottom of the main
looks like
stairs. I didn't think Blaz would be able to clutch it in the 1v2, and yet he still makes it that 1v1. Joom, though, the energy we've seen from him today, the energy from Savage as well. Secret, oh, they've been on the main stage, but not nearly as much as G2. And for a lot of this roster, this is unfamiliar territory. No player has made it into the top 4 before, and here they are in a grand final, and yet they still have energy, the energy that we expect from a team like G2. Secret are the louder of the two teams here today.
I like this little cheekiness from Secret to force picking the clash every single round so far. Like they trying to force you say, hey, we're gonna ban it. That's when the real strat comes into effect. And when you're Team Secret, you can do a couple different things. For example, what you can do here, ban the Brava, play the Maestro. Those kind of like cheeky things you can do, because almost with 100% certainty, if you keep winning the clash, you keep winning, G2 has to respect it and take it away. I expecting Secret with a long-term plan for this one. And because they already got the first round victory on the side switch, they have the 4-3. That means they can now, regardless of the result here, still see that long-term plan come to fruition as they won't lose quickly. It'll be a long pot game, most likely with how these rounds are playing out. Got the mirror, a C4, I can hear it. I don't know where it is, Adrian put it somewhere. They're just waiting right now, watching this breach very carefully. Bulwark gate off, Sense wall, injure from Stomper. What's happening? They're planting as well. They're all dying though.
This is a cook here, a rush. As Alaval's forcing that plant down, there's still no way to open up that barrier on the wall, and perhaps there might be a ninja defuse here.
1v5.
Azami needs to lock this up. Everyone's bodies! Donkey cannot hold the post plant. It was a nice rush from G2, but Secret, they're happy to play it slow. They're happy to play the retake. A monstrous one from them. And they're just 2 rounds away from yet another map in the grand final.
I think this is another great example of Mowgli's value in a team. This guy is usually what I will call overly aggressive. If I was a teammate of Mowgli, I would be stressed because fall back, please. Like, don't keep swinging the window, right? Mowgli was so aggressive in Cash and Garage, swinging the windows, checking for angles. He knew there was zero presence from G2 on that side of the map. And what you can come to the conclusion of with that information is, guys, they're gonna go for a direct bomb set rush. It's why Adrian was a hawk on the mirror window with a pre-placed C4, because they know they have to go for the bomb site. If it was a different player than Mowgli playing on that extension on Cash, who doesn't check those deep angles and goes, oh, they might be garage, I don't know, I haven't checked it. Because he checks it, because he's so overconfident, he gets information. By knowing what is clear, you know what isn't. Because if no one's in master bedroom side, or if nobody's cast side rather, they will be master bedroom side.
Well, this is not at all what I had on my bingo card for today, Pengu. This is not G2 just laying down and playing terribly. No, not at all. It's Secret stepping off the channel. Secret are playing the best siege we have seen from them. And I'm not just talking here at the tournament, I'm talking EML, I'm talking historically. I'm saying that the roster changes, bringing on Noah and Mowgli just a couple of months ago, wow, has proven to be successful. Adrian's gone down. I mean, G2 need that. Just quite frankly, G2 need that, not just to keep themselves alive here, but to just earn a bit of respect back. We know you guys are good. That's the best G2 we've seen in years. You can't fold now to Secret, who you've beaten every single time that you've versed in the last, well, all year long. Every single time they played in 2025, G2 have had Secret's number up until now.
You can see G2 respecting the aggression a lot more as well from Secret, expecting Mowgli to go crazy somewhere on the map, holding angles on the windows, applying phantom pressure, opening barricades, and just kind of boxing in Team Secret everywhere they can. For Secret, they've had a mostly linear road to success, right? It's been that aggression, it's been the confidence. If G2 starts shutting that down, they gotta find a different angle, strategically, whether it's operator bends, operator selection, bomb site choices. If you can't win your gunfight, you gotta start playing more together, because there has been a lot of individual heroics from Secret. You can see right now on the bomb side, it's not very comfortable. Adrian died early, no one low on health. You're pretty much relying on Doom, on Clash, to be in the exact right position regarding the push from G2. If they go for connector, Clash has to be there. If they go catwalk, Clash might rotate over. When you play a 4v5 though, you are outnumbered by the attackers. They can effectively be in 5 different spots, Clash can be in 1 position.
So G2 are just figuring out where are these players. Savage is still holding his position. He looks to go to red.
Look at discipline. G2's just waiting.
Yeah, they are.
And then Juma steps.
That's the patience here from G2. Noah will find Doki an aggressive pick, but every player from Secret is under the pump, and G2 are slowly mounting their pressure. That's a kill from Savage. A lot of damage onto Stompin, but immediately G2 rip the rug out from underneath them. 2 quick kills to confirm the round for G2. They're just 1 behind. 5-4 is the scoreline. Secret still ahead, but G2 not far from them.
Now let's see what the plan is here for Secret, right? They forced the Clash, I think on purpose, to do something cheeky here and force the ban out from G2 and say, guys, we got something else coming, and I'm curious. They're also not instantly banning the operator, they're thinking about it, taking their time. Will it happen? G2 says Clash, and then out comes the thermite of all operators.
Okay, interesting. We don't have any hard breaches banned by Secret before.
No.
got the ace and the Hibana.
It enables the mute on all the bomb systems now. Mute jammers can single-handedly stop the ace, the can opener, and the Hibana pellets as well. That means that if you're basement and you're roaming, the CC wall, the Jacuzzi wall, that's gonna slow you down. When you play top of bomb site, same story. You can clear the jammers with a single EMP from some of the windows, grenades.
I wonder if it's about the mirror pick as well. I mean, the impacts, the impact trick a little bit better.
Also true.
No.
It's not what I thought was gonna happen, I'll be honest with you. I thought there was gonna be a big hook where they go, okay, we got you. This doesn't feel like I got you.
Not a gotcha moment.
No, it's not.
Not at all. On either side. Now Secret go back downstairs. They don't have the clash this time around. They've got that mirror which they didn't pick last time. They've really centered around fortifying their positions with the keeper barriers, with slotting in really solid holds for them. New jammers, Warden, very difficult operators to displace. Of course, a little bit of a roam game as well. That's largely been Mowgli. Last time he found one and then was taken down.
Yeah. Normally has one person supporting that's Doom this round, as there was previously as well. In D2, I would not be surprised if they're going to keep playing that slower style pace. Loira's on main stairs, he's speeding up actually. He's found a gap in the middle of the building. Mira runs away. Jake is up, both teams know. But Loira buys valuable time. Map presence, gets the bar default again. The centerpiece of Secret's defense round here has been cut down the middle, and because of that, the players of Secret are falling back. They've surrendered top floor, they surrendered main stairs, and they've given up everything besides blue and basement control. So Loira's individual play has gotten them full roam clear. Secret maybe over-respecting it, thinking Loira wouldn't be alone. Well, he was.
Oh. Impact trick gonna come through? Perhaps not. Noah does have impacts in pocket. It's not to be. G2 are baiting aggression here. Loira is hard flank watch, waiting for Noah, who's still in Secret, ironically.
Yeah, some people call it Lou's Secret. Adam is an OG one as well.
Classic.
Nobody here listening is gonna know who Adam is probably. OG pro player in North America.
From the server would remember Adam.
Before the clubhouse rework, that's how ancient that is. But he was sneaking, like prone hiding in Adam, made a huge flank play, and people called this Adam before the rework.
ทำให้แบบไม่รู้ว่าอันไหนจริงอันไหนจะแบบจะ
Hatches are
ตรงไหน
open.
คือ
Time to
เปิด
isolate
หมด
these
อะ
positions.
แล้วแบบทำให้แบบ
There's a
เรา
lot of
ไม่สา
util
มารถ
to
เดาได้
clear.
ว่ามัน
Third
จะ
is
บุก
now
ไปทาง
being
ไหน
opened as well by the Ram.
กว่าเราจะเดาได้ก็คือ
Of course, downs that are playing a very passive attacking round is that time will tick down a little bit further. Triple C4, Goyo Fire. This is one of those rounds, kind of like a cafe. If G2 have one thing go the wrong way, a C4 that gets a kill, something
ฝั่ง
like
นี้
that,
หมดเลยอะไอ้
it
เขา
can
เรียกอะไรวะ
disrupt the entire plan. Drone spots him out, doesn't reinforce the wall.
คิดว่ามันจะ
This is really good for G2 though, because the mirror is cleared out.
ทรงนี้เหมือนจะ
That can be
แย
tricky,
กกัน
but it's pretty simple, this one.
Still 2 C4s remain here for Secret, but Doom has lost his, so he's not able to throw a Nitro Cell over to the main stairs, where Loira is holding on to this long angle. He's keen to take a fight, but Savage, he holds the floor down as Blaz drops below. Loira finds his opening immediately, traded. Adrian deep into the side. Savage as well. Tucked away in the corner, he finds one. He might even be good for a second.
สองเป็นดรอปมาหนึ่งเสียบไม่คนหนึ่งสมองมองไม่เห็นในตัวเซลเกือบตายโลมาก
Alabama so low on HP. He might find one, but the shotgun from Savage. Secret are one round away from a second map in the grand final.
Once again, not necessarily what we expected, but this is reality. Secret are here to play, and G2 do not have the solutions for these rounds. Again, Secret are being very, very good with their foresight. Understand? Okay, if they drop the hatch bar, I'm gonna play the jukebox. He's forced into hip fire. That's a free pick. Then there's no one on the kitchen bird. I'm gonna go back B bombs and watch the short hallway where they're gonna push as well. It feels like G2 are always missing one thing in these rounds, one position that's not covered, one gap that's being again exploited by Secret. And I'm gonna always talk about this. Like Alamau on the scoreboard was very, very cold on Cafe. That 0-6 scoreline, it's still stuck in my mind. Right now he's 6-7. Scoreboard-wise, he's fine. I'm not seeing that frontline leadership where he's all the pieces together. That's covered. I'm gonna plant here. You do that. I do this. Even on the bomb set rush we saw on Gym earlier, the blitz plan, the sense wall, they were all door. They all died immediately. Like they weren't ready on the timings.
And G2 are falling victim to these little cheeky things.
They are.
Savage hiding in a corner, waiting, biding his time for someone to drop down a hatch. Well, he's just simply watching that angle, ready to swing.
Yeah. I will say for G2, it's a good look that they're slowing things down because they get the 5v5 execute. But then, when it comes to the execute, it's not clean enough for it to be worth it. It's almost better if they go fast and chaotic because then you kill 2 players of Secret, you die 2 people of your own, now you're in a 3v3. Now it's kind of scrappy season, but they can play scrappy. G2 are trying to play that perfect style without being perfect.
This is exactly what you called before. The jammer is going to make things a little slower. We're going to need Ace to have some support from the EMPs, which is brought. That's the effect of the thermite down there. Yeah, well, you still need it. And it's clear. Remember, bomb site over in Gym Bedroom. This cache extension is just that, an extension.
But if you don't necessarily know what the thermite thing is, you can rappel on those exterior walls and put the thermite charge outside the mute jammer range and just pop it wide open. So you can circumvent the mute entirely. Because you can bend the kite and the bandit, nothing can stop the thermite whatsoever. So that's essentially why the mute jammers are so strong now compared to previously. Got EMPs from Alamao, 1 spare in pocket, got Laura downstairs also with grenades, so they can clear this, but you see Mowgli, he's got the jammer, so the Grim Beast won't spot him, the wall won't be broken open either. They need to find this jammer first to continue forward here on the attack.
There's not a lot of value that you're getting out of the Deimos when that new jammer is still alive. And Jim is the player at top red anyway. Savage, though, meanwhile, finds Loira down below. How did he find that kill? He went downstairs, he went, and the hunter became the hunted. Mowgli is so keen. He stole and crushed him.
What the fuck?
Gonna keep going. 3 kills for Mowgli. He is on attack. And how many giants will Secret slay before we finally believe that these humble 5 could make history? 2-0. Over G2!
The very first attack, the very first round was Mowgli downstairs in basement finding a beautiful 4K to start off this banger map of Clubhouse. The very final round that we just witnessed was the exact same thing. He says, I am gonna have my moment right here and I'm gonna keep pushing forward.
And in this best of 5, Secret assert themselves as the favorites with a 2-0 lead. And this is going to be a Mowgli highlight reel, to say the least. Look at him go. The aggression, the celebration, and the perfection from Secret. Loira is not happy. G2 are not happy. The best team in the world, some people thought, but they are in shambles. And the only way forward is to replicate a reverse sweep that we've seen very few teams in this world do. There's plenty to break down, so we'll toss it over to the analysts.
Secret is online, and I wish I could say the same about G2. This was a map that we had a lot of worries about from the side of G2. How are they going to perform on something that has been permabanned? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have our answer. Not very hot.
No, this was incredible from the side of Secret, and Clubhouse is a map that we always talk about, like, it's in everyone's map pool. You gotta know how to play it, but Secret did definitely show G2 today how to play a map like Clubhouse. I am just so happy to see a Team Secret play like their life depends on it. They're not scared to peek things, they're not scared to push things, and I'm really glad to see that because it shows how much confidence and momentum they've got going in this
That 4K that we just saw from Savage, the kills here every time, what do you notice? You notice that it's one player getting a triple or a quadruple kill inside site in defense, but also in attack, lurking around because there is a gap, there is a mistake, there is a critical blind spot to every single attack or defense on the side of G2, and Secret punishes that almost every round. That's the biggest difference between these two teams.
ไปต่อกันแมป3นะฮะแต่ดูสิว่าแมป3ครั้งนี้จะมีแมปอีกหรือเปล่าจะต้องลองอ่ะให้นักกีฬาเขาทักก่อนหวังว่าแมป3ครั้งนี้จะต้องมีแมป4แน่นอนเลย ไปซาอุบ้างจังอยากดูการเรือไทม์อ่ะรู้เลยว่าแม่งจะมีความแบบเอียดแน่ๆฝั่ง G2 ด้วย G2 ต้องสตาร์ทล็อกด้วยG2 ต้องล็อกคิวแล้วเว้ยคุณมันแบบที่มันแย่มากมันแย่มากถึงไหนแล้วทุกคนถึงไหนละแมปต่อไป Night Heaven จาก G2 นะครับรอ1เดี๋ยวจะสลับหน้าจอให้และภาคให้นะครับ มาไงเอายังโอ้ยนานยังวะเทปแบบไหนหนกไว้ไม่มีอะไรทำระหว่างรอก็เล่นแบบคือลงแรงไม่ได้เพราะว่าดูอยู่อะเด้
Secure the bomb. Be advised, a bomb location has been compromised. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds to insertion. Op 4 located a bomb. 4 eliminated.
โอเคถึงไหนละชนะอีกแล้วเหรอขอยังโอ้ยรอครับรอยาวๆครับเนาะรอยาวๆมันอาจจะเป็น3-0หรือมันอาจจะเป็น
Protect the bomb.
2-3ก็ได้นะครับผมถ้าทีม Secret แพ้ติดต่อกันแบบชกกิ้งนะฮะซึ่งคิดว่าน่าจะเกิดขึ้นไหมครับผมเดาว่ามีอย่างมีโอกาสหมดนะ
10 seconds. 5 seconds to insertion.
มันช่าง
You must protect your bombs from being defused by Op 4.
มาอย่าง
and yet somebody stood in their way. And somebody's
ใกล้ละ
Op 4 has located a bomb. You know it. Friendly's victorious. Hostiles eliminated.
มาแล้วเดินขอจบก่อนขอจบบอทก่อนแป๊บหนึ่งขอจบบอทก่อนไม่ได้จริงขอจบบอทขอจบบอทไม่ไหวขอจบบอท
Need to use your drone to locate a bomb. Drone has found a bomb. Seconds to go. Insertion in 5 seconds. Proceed to bomb's location and defuse it. We have been eliminated.
แล้วนะซึ่งแล้วละเอามาเห็นไหมสิ
He is shut down by Stompin, but the damage has been done, and the refrag available for Secret. It's utter desperation for Doki and Blaz as they look to pick up their fallen comrade, but Blaz has been eliminated and Secret are firing on all cylinders. Nitro cells and gas sent forth. G2 have very few ways back into this.
So much pressure in this round from every single angle. Doom takes on Doki and the Vault Fund stomp in against the world. 1v4 is good for one. Double for him in the round, but no help to be had. Just him, Toxic Bay going out, stalling for more seconds. Plenty of time left, but Stumpin, time is not the problem. It's all these players, he finds another.
This will need to be an ace for Stumpin. No more gas, no more nitro cells, it's just pure talent. Stumpin's low HP. Savage and Adrian to withstand against the Prodigy as the American sets his sights on the two SAS operators on his opposition. He's got info on both of them now. He's waiting for the peak to come through. And he's got the read. He settles back in as Savage and Adrian both prepare their shotguns on close range. The Grimsbees come out. And he's got a shotgun of his own he could bring to this fight. As he decides how does he play this. Secret wiggling, tempting to make this a fight. Adrian and Savage just need to time this well. Oh my God! He is the chosen one! He is the king! He is the golden boy from G2!
Oh my God!
And an ace for Stumpin at his debut tournament! 18 years of age, but he owns Team Secret!
That's not just an ace! It's a practical 1v5 with 20 health off the revive! Getting Eagle Challenge swung, the crossfire here is so good, double shotgun prime against the Bailiff! The final shot in the chamber gets the final kill.
Moira can't even believe it.
It's unbelievable. This doesn't happen.
This may be, that could be one of the best clutches I've ever.
You located a bomb.
Gives them a round, a 1 versus 5.
I'll go back to the point I made 3 minutes ago. Somebody please help this man in the server. Yes, the clutch is absolutely ridiculous. That is the worst way for G2 to win a round, however, because every single thing failed before they
นี่ก็คือสต็อปเวนก็คือเมื่อกี้คือใช้เอมล้วนๆเลยแสดงว่าเอมของสต็อปเวนดีกว่าสำหรับทีมซีเคร็ตหรือเปล่าหรือเมื่อกี้คือเมื่อกี้คือมึงเล่นอะไรคือมึงเล่นอะไรอ่ะหรือกูไม่รู้กูจะอธิบายยังไงเนี่ยทีมซีเคร็ตแม่งก็แบบทำดีทุกอย่างนะแค่แบบไปแจกเฉยมาใต้ดินนะฮะจากทีมซีเคร็ต
Secure the bombs.
ไปเข้าฟลอร์เปิดกันไปหนึ่ง
Blaz holding his cutoff. Great teamwork from G2, working together with information and the cuts. That evens back the numbers to a 4v4, but there's only 60 seconds left. G2, I didn't realize this, but the time is slipping away from them. The Goyos on the board, the mirror windows, a lot of obstacles to deal with. Maybe the saving grace is the fact that there is a blitz from LML to simplify the approach to the bomb site once they get down those staircases.
Attackers have recovered their
After too many players falling early in that last round, perhaps G2 felt the need to slow things down.
Yeah. I mean, it was a disaster of a round, but they won it.
Yeah. How do they cook on this attack? Alamar walking to so many of these goo mines. He's taken a hell of a lot of damage, but he doesn't want to expose himself as he pulls it out. It's the right call because the secret player on the other side did go for a swing just as he pulled it out. Stomping on the ace. Now he's got a serious weapon in his hands. The AK ready with the diffuser as well as Mowgli gets aggressive but doesn't find his mark. Alamar from behind saves his teammate. But Noah springs into action as well. It's a 3v3 as Adrian gets with the last bullet finds one. Another stomping. It's a highlight reel. The Secret's own young gunner. Adrian a 3K to close the round and open the equation for Team Secret.
The final bullet, one tap on a blitz that the AD is staring you down and ready for a fight is just spectacular. This has been...
เมื่อกี้ stop เป็น clutch รอบนี้กูได้มาเห็น
10 seconds left.
คนที่แบบแนวเดียวกันกับ stop เป็น clutch อีกคนหนึ่งเลย
Down to 5 seconds. Bomb locations are secure.
กูได้เห็นแบบไฮไลท์เดียวอ่ะกูได้เห็นไฮไลท์อะไรอย่าง
Maybe looking for a fight somewhere. And G just gonna buy time. There it is, the swings. The air jab's pre-placed now, so they can't re-aggress too offensively. Laura's ready for a strike if that air jab triggers.
Yeah, can I just point out, Savage and Adrian have an awful lot of faith in those M590s, despite what happened in that just 2 rounds ago.
Oh yeah. That's why I don't play this shotgun myself. It's too scary, man. It's one of those guns, if you believe in it, it'll reward you.
I mean, we saw it from the Bailiff with Stompin'.
Oh, he believed.
Did not doubt for a second. Mowgli and Savage have already used their nitro cells. Would have been nice in a situation like this. Adrian goes down. Mowgli holding his position, but he's got to worry about 2 angles now. There's the door and the breach opens behind him. He's actually got to worry about a third. Because Moira has come to life. 3 big kills for him. June left alone. And he needs to get back to side. Narrow angle. As he vaults over, he times it well. Lawyer's been on fire. A 4K for the Brazilian. It's been a quiet few rounds from him, but he gets back into it, and G2 take the lead on Nighthaven Labs.
So if you look at Clubhouse into Nighthaven Labs, they have like 6, 7 rounds of individual 3 or 4Ks from different players. Literally almost everyone getting involved in it. Adrian, Mowgli, Stompin', Loira, just to name some. It's a matter of, again, who is popping off. Alamar got the opening pick, and that's of course going to make it a bit more complicated for Secret. We saw Joom, last defender alive on the clash, was locking down the flank, the backstab from Meeting. That wasn't where G2 were attacking from though, so the clash goes completely wasted in that round.
And because Clash has not been a major issue for G2's attack, they opt to ban the mirror instead. Now, this is the thing that happened on Clubhouse. If you force an operator to try and force out that operator ban, it has to be successful. The Clash has been kind of a non-factor here in Night Event Labs. The mirror, however, has been getting good value, so they're going to remove that instead. For Team Secret, they were going to ban the third Heart Breacher. So both ranged ones in Hibana and Ace are gone, as is the Thermite. G2 now only have 2 options to work with. The secondary can openers, the Heart Breaching canisters, or the Maverick. Both of which can complicate things a little bit because you're not going to have a very big breach. And no ranged one either means you got to get up close on that wall. And then you got to talk about C4s.
Yeah. But there's a cost, of course, to banning all the hard breaching operators.
Yes.
You leave all of the shields in. Alamal's showing that he loves the blitz. And also, you know, we still have that Maverick, like you said. We still have a few options.
Yeah. We haven't even seen Dokkaebi.
Yeah, true. I mean, man, there's so many power operators. We saw Ying once. It wasn't that successful. A lot of options here for G2. It's just up to them how they want to play it. Oh, hello and goodbye. Savage caught while deploying a gadget, chucking out one of those goo mines. Dookie chucks a question mark in the chat.
Before this map started, we have a look at stats. I said somebody help Stumpin, please. What I was referencing is that he is on 24 and 13, so plus 11 on the scoreboard. Yeah. The second highest rated player is -1 at 15-16 Loira. Stumpin is almost on the scoreboard, 1v5ing in the grand final. It's why G2 are down 2 maps.
And we've talked a lot about Mowgli, but not even he has done as well as Stumpin.
Nope.
He's 21 and 14, so less kills, more deaths, especially on that entry. Alamal, help. He's making his own entry, but it's not supported now. Nitro goes out, it's perfect. That was a big mistake from G2. For Alamal to march on forward without support, Secret were able to 2v1 him and eliminate the blitz.
It's a tailless all this time. It's an Asami, the keepers off the door behind the shield player. He gets isolated, he dies early, but G2 got more firepower, and then Doki and Blaz are good for 2, make that a 3rd.
Yeah, that's big from Blaz. Big 2K. Doki doubles his kills as well. And he chucks ZZZ in the chat as well. G2 might be 0-2 in the series. That doesn't stop them from talking smack and firing up.
It's good that we're seeing more live from them. The desk was hyping up G2 on the desk saying this is their map. They took down the world champions in phase on this Night Haven. They're gonna try and take down Secret. A tactical I can't say it, a tactical timeout rather.
Tactical pause?
Tactical pause?
For what cause?
From what cause?
Tactical pause?
For the cause of stabilization here for Secret. I think this is going to be a mixture of strategical and a little bit of mental. They've had their successes in aggression, now it's going to punish. So maybe a small tactical change there. Let's see guys. This is the game plan. I mean, Twister is getting very involved.
He really talks with his hands, doesn't he? What's he listing up today?
We see it here again. Not really swinging the window. Is it going to be for Gumine? Animal gets countered by the Keeper. C4 is great. And then here, 50-50. And then here, could have been a 50-50, but he was fishing for the guy in the window instead.
That was a 50-50. Blaz did well in his position here. And the last one was again another 50-50. G2 winning their fights, but also playing off each other well together.
Yeah. Removing the right spots at the right time. Night Haven lab by most metrics, not all. Definitely attacker favorite, I would say. I'm expecting like a 3-3 or 4-2-half, nothing better than that in either team. Secret gotta show us a bit more now in the bank. 7 very quiet so far, 0-3. Strategically, we haven't seen Secret really do anything too spectacular, and you said it earlier, when you ban a triple heart breach, you leave a lot of good attacking operators open for G2. That's one side. The other one is, I haven't seen a clearly defined game plan from Secret besides Mowgli go kill. And we need to see them do more together as a roster, not the individual gunfights.
Of course, we talked a lot about the map veto in those first 2 maps. It was Cafe picked by G2, which they lost, and then Clubhouse, I guess, a bit of a conclusion. That was G2's insta-ban that Team Secret picked against them. So, of course, Secret are going to look better in that. And really, what the reality of the first 2 maps was just, well, G2 sucked on Cafe. They lost their own map pick. They couldn't hack it on their insta-ban, so of course we're going to start 0-2. But this is the obvious place for G2 to bring it back. Night Haven Labs. G2 that they're not afraid of going to. It's actually, funnily enough, their second lowest preference map. They have banned it a lot, but they did play it a month ago against Matchco and win it in the EML. So it's not one of their favorite maps. They're still happy to play.
Matchco, of course.
มาแล้วนายตัวเซลล์ลอยมาหมดเก็บตัวกีไปแล้วหนึ่ง
That was a sound from you, Pengu.
I've been the Blitz player a lot of times, and I'm always like, I'm fine, but what about the guy behind me, you know?
Yeah. Doki fell, so no more hunting those Valkyrie cameras. I think he'd already found a couple at least. Perhaps pinged them or got an inkling of where they might be, can call out to his team. Now he just sits on flank watch drones. That Blitz, though, is still alive, thankfully. There's a lot of work to be done, though, for G2. A lot of vertical
good guy with the drone, nice.
Savage จะดึง Savage ออกมาแล้วก็จะ
get his drone destroyed by that ram.
เอาหายแล้ว
That's a late reinforcement of a hatch, by the way.
Oh, I like me some Nook action, the timing. Surely not. He's been spotted out though in the hallway, they know.
Stop it.
3 players, what a shot! Almost a second for Stompin. Third player contests him, it's Noah, but Stompin decides to fall on back. Noah is going hunting and does find that kill.
แต่โนวาใกล้ตายแล้วนะ
Luckily coming Noah's way
โนวาใกล้
very
ตายแล้วนะ
shortly. Alamau and Blaz have to decide, do they hunt him down or do they leave him be?
แต่ฝั่ง G2 ยังมีโล่
but at the same
แต่
time
ว่าตอนนี้ฝั่ง
they don't
G2
have
สามารถ
any
พลิก
real
เข้ามาชนะอี
information,
ก
just
รอบ
the Blitz
ได้
who's low on HP, so challenging is complicated. Noah has an impact grenade either for a flank or for a counter, but they're on the side out of nowhere actually. And Secret are gonna play retake.
I'm not sure Secret are aware of this.
Nope.
Savage seems to
Savage
be.
จะหาพลิกเลย Savage หาพลิกได้ยังไง
And
วะ
that reveals Alamau's position, so it's an easy headshot for Savage. Blaz and Loira now making their way downstairs. Loira is still above in vending, but Blaz has made his way deep. Adrian is hunting for him.
ถ้าเอเดรียนตาย
Blaz
คือ
waits
ชิบ
in
หาย
Animus.
ขั้น
That
สูงสุดนะ
diffuser
เว้ย
still on
เพราะ
Alamau's
มันจะ
body.
กลายเป็นว่ากลายเป็น
Loira wants to make his
2v2
way
ฉบับเลือด
to try
น้
and
อยนะ
support his teammate, but Blaz has gone back outside to the breach. He's going to walk into a crossfire here.
เอ๊ะ
And Noah, meanwhile, has come back to site, so this is
crossfire
pretty much
ละ
unwinnable for G2. It's a
เอ๊ะ
penalty for Savage,
Savage กลับ
who's
มา
really held the fort down on this site, taking down the Blitz, now taking down Blaz. All up to Loira in his 1 versus 3.
อุ้ย
We haven't quite
อ้าว
seen
ชิบ
Loira
หาย
match it,
สำหรับ
but
โน
that's
อา
the
นะ
start of it. 1 kill. They should have info on Savage's position. So how does he go for it? The shoulder peek, the bait. Oh no.
We'll fire.
Oh,ชิบหาย
Savage
เล
is
ย
just holding on.
ชิบ
And
หาย
he
เล
just
ย
pops
แจม
up, takes him down. Like you
แอ
said,
ด
the
แล้วแบบ
Goyo
Savage
fire
หล
was
บ
still
อย่าง
available.
เนียนอ่ะ
But the Portuguese player is the one to find the final kill and really save
แต่ไม่
that
เป็นไร
round
ตอน
for
นี้ G2 ยัง
Secret.
ทำอยู่เรายังมีโอกาสอยู่
I hate to be too... Oh, that was such a good C4. Too negative on one player specifically, but Animal is just kind of disappointing me this game. I've been praising him so much the last couple of days. This right here, ADSing close on the door with the shield means that you're going to expose yourself before you see the enemy. Either you can do 2 things with Animal. Either back up so you're up against the back wall, your shield won't show, or just sit there, close on the door, not ADS, and just go for a flash as the enemy gets close to you. Doing what Animal did is like the worst possible play of the 3 options that you have, basically. I understand that he's desperate for a kill and has to find it, but I just think the approach is incorrect, and it goes to show that he has been making some pretty big blunders, I would say, in this final so far.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel like that Blitz has had the most value. I'm actually wondering if the Monzi would have been a better pick.
G2 เอาโลก
Alamau's
ไป
dying
เก็บ
because he's
เลยนะ
taking
ฮะ
risks on that Blitz. If he was a Monty, he probably would have survived when he
เมื่อกี้เล่น
solo
โลกไม่ดี
pushed
มากเลย
the
อะ
top round as well. Remember that when he died to that C4? Another example of a mistake from Alamau. I think if you want to bring the shield, I'm okay with it. Bring that Monty instead. Maybe even the Blackbeard, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I'm surprised by the lack of Blackbeard also on Cafe because it was left open. And it comes down to, I mean, they can play whatever they want, but if I'm not seeing any value in the operator pick and they're not winning the rounds, I'm like, well, maybe try something else, different approach.
Yeah, Blitz is not it.
And the big thing is, the big praising points that I've been making for G2 when I've been casting them is that they've been so adaptable, so flexible, good at fixing their problems and reading their opponents. This has not been the case against Secret, and it seemed like SSG yesterday had the exact same problem. You look at them and go, what do we do to counter their game plan? And it's like, you can't just get a win. Your gunfights play close together, you know, whatever. It doesn't seem like Secret ever let you breathe in the server, and it's so hard to deal with mentally.
Secret have been looking so good. And while G2 are in the lead, the form is still here for Secret. They fall back. Keep in mind that if it wasn't for the 1 versus 5 for that ace from Stompin, this would be Secret in the lead right now. G2 are not out of the woods. In fact, they're barely out of the muck.
จะ take space ใช่ปะ
2-0 in the series for Secret in the grand final where we expected G2 to be the Goliath. Long way to go.
ตรงนั้นดีเหมือนกันนะ
There, you have a bit of
No,
fire
that-
again. The aggression, it just keeps happening.
Lord.
And they're on the roof waiting for it despite the air attack. Like, they know what's happening now.
Yeah, good read here from G2. Secret have realized, oh, okay, that's how they're going to play. They're going to fall back. They're going to be really ready to counter our aggression. Same story here for Adrian, or people watching his position as the drone goes on through. Adrian, is he going to get baited? Doki is waiting for it. There comes the clash. But of course, that means that there's a lot of attention from Secret.
Bit of an act of desperation, and rightfully so. It's 3v5 time. You don't want to be in that spot. D2 primed for an execute, and they're all ready for it.
There's a nade. This puts him in a very awkward position, but Doki just jumps on over. Savage has to hold on to his position. He's looked really hot, but he gets traded by Blaz. Stompin goes big as well, all up to Doom. A little bit of damage done. The plant could go down on Doki, but Stompin says, never mind that, I'm going for kills. And G2 lock in the 4-2.
It's another round on Doom Clash where I just don't see the real value happening again. They know no one's Aqua, they're on the Calc rafters, and yet they get surprised that they overwhelm the bomb site. Great flexibility here downstairs for the Verticality, shuts down the reinforcement, they catch Mowgli on the expected aggression on the main breach. Big smiles from Alamau and the rest of G2 knowing, okay, maybe, just maybe, this comeback can start happening right here, right now. Side swap. Now Secret go on the attack. Not feeling as hot as previously on Clubhouse, but maybe that'll change now. Alberta Bands, Kaid first, Monty following through. The second set taking a fair bit of time right now. Both teams really making sure they get the right ones. Will it be?
Is it double? Double?
Yeah, it is.
Double. What do we call that? Would we call that a quadruple?
A quadruple. I like a quadruple.
Quadruple.
Double shield, blitz, and the Monty and the Kite and the Bandit. I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised about the shield bans here from G2. I know Savage is a good shield player, sure. But I don't know if it's like you gotta have that much fear about it. I feel like G2 as a team don't tend to struggle that much against shields, from my count.
Yeah, perhaps they just really don't want to deal with the specific,
I mean, it sucks to deal with, right? It does.
Sure. I mean, Savage is not as wants to play the Blackbeard. Neither of these teams are, funnily enough. In fact, we've seen more Fuse from Savage than we have the Blackbeard. So I think G2, it's good. Like, if Secret want to play a shield, they have to play the worst one in that Fuse.
Crazy to think that we had Recruit Shield back in the day.
Oh, man.
There's a 3-speed, 5-7, double utility. Pretty crazy stuff.
So good. And you would have been playing Pro League when that was actually meta.
Yep, it was
to make rules about how many shields you could have because the
That's true.
Was so meta.
Oh my god, that's true. I forgot about the shield ban, yeah. So Blackbeard counted as shield as well, obviously, despite not having the shape. He had a face shield and a body shield, so we literally had a 2-shield rule in pro play for a long time to counteract it.
Yeah, people would run that Recruit shield all day.
Oh my god. Yeah, Recruit was meta. You had Iron Sight on every weapon, so...
Yeah, you couldn't change your attack.
Yeah, you had set loadouts with no attachments, and it was brutal.
My favorite quick match strat is always the M870 Recruit. No one could touch it. M870 rush.
That is a classic. Back when Bandit had 3 barbed wires, back when Sophia could self-revive, all these small hidden things in the game, which some people are going to love that are gone and some people are going to dislike it, for all very different reasons.
Nice to have a bit of a nostalgia. I think, us two old men, we do that a little bit too much. Stompin' stomps Mowgli out. Another big swing, SMG 12. Doom will trade.
He looks so easy.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, that gun kicks like a mule.
It's because he's a console player. On console, that gun's the best in the game, but on PC, it's pretty awful. Stomping because he's a heat up. Shotgun to the 4 finds Doom as well.
This guy, he just doesn't know when to go. He's hungry for more. He does a little bit of damage. Doki getting lippy in the old chat. I love that Doki doesn't really care. He treats this like it's a ranked game. The way he talks smack in the old chat. That Nitro cell from Stompin', not looking too good. He wants to try and escape, but he is being watched. He's holding here with the shotgun, just waiting to be swung. Obviously, he's not vulnerable to those flashes while the glasses are active, but now they're recharging. And flashes to go. Out he goes! Noah falls! Surely not another shell! Adrian will trade! Blaz now hungry. He's got that same shotgun, and he's keen to try and finish what Stompin' started.
Tough decision of Stompin'. Do you confirm the kill and take the 1-for-1 trade, or do you save that final shell for the second player? High risk, high reward, but Blast retakes the spot. Toxic Babes goes out.
Good gas.
Blast on very low HP, the Laura and Elamar got to the heavy lifting.
Yeah, and you can see how G2 are just hiding. Moira just needs to not expose himself. They have numbers advantage. They got shotguns for these close-range engagements. Alamau can continue to burn time. One more gas in pocket to prevent any peeking.
One guy watched the door, one guy watched the breach. The breach is vaultable, by the way.
This fire's big, though.
Oh!
Double up.
Not if Adrian falls to the Gumai, no less. The second player will also fall on his swing. It's great work from G2. Stomping, the man of the hour again. A big 3K to kick off the round, leaving his teammates to close it. And G2, for the first time in this series, are well and truly in control. Thanks to heroic moments like that.
Bach makes the bird.
How does he win that?
I mean, every single shell just hitting there. It's that last shell. Oh, that what could have been. Looked like it was going to be an easy 4K. But again, it comes down to the fact that Stumpman's 11-3. He's doing
before this.
Every single bit of... I mean, if this goes 5-map, we're on pace for a world record. I gotta say it. If we go the distance. We haven't even seen overtime yet.
No, we've actually had quite short maps so far.
And still the pace is there for Stumpman.
Yeah, I mean, particularly in terms of his kill-death differential, right? Like, he was plus 11 over the first 2 maps. He's, where is he? Plus 8 right now, so plus 19 over 3 maps.
While losing, they're down 0-2.
Dude, he's got 35 kills in this series, and he's only died 16 times.
He's practically only dies on lost rounds. That's pretty much what it is, yeah.
Yep.
Holy. Speaking of high value, well, I guess the game plan...
baiting, by the way. Like, not a single one of Stompman's kills are like a useless exit frag.
No. No, certainly not. Goes the show. The whole team shows up for Stompman. This will be a different story, but we gotta see a bit more from D2 in the teamwork department. Looking good 5-2 right now, but it has definitely come down a bit more to individual heroics. Hibana getting, interesting angles here. One is going to be a crouch angle in and just peek holes for pressure. Adrian can do that first, then you go for a roam clear. Now any attacker can go on that breach later in the round and cover the process. Savage finally on the bracket for roam clear. Doom on Deimos. These are the stable, very common operators for Team Secret finally being brought out.
There's still a roam game on that top floor though, as we see Mowgli starting to make his way forward. He's got Savage to support him. Finally, we see the Blackbeard pick. One of the first times in the whole game we see it. Here comes Stompman. Oh, he sees the tip of the Blackbeard head, but with his teammate falling, he's not likely to find a flank now.
Has to rotate around. That's an awkward tiny angle there that we're watching from Doom. He's caught in the map in half, and I think there's a decent read from Alamau. Yep, there goes the bullets. Pre-fire back. Does mean that G2 have limited map control in the roam game, but it's fine because time is taken away very quickly, and Stompman seemingly can just fall back for free here. No one's there in the window, unless the timing.
Don't think Stompman's going to fall back. He's going to keep peeking. June punishes him. A great little 2-tap.
Oh my god.
Mowgli
Good
making this all but a completed affair here for Secret. And now the track can come out onto Doki, but I think for a brief moment, June might have heard Alamau swing him. And so Doki gets spotted, but there is suspicion here from June. Alamau is just around that corner, sees him, damage dealt. There'll be a frag here, no doubt about it from June. And Noah as well. Both of them join the fray, and Team Secret, they close the gap once again with G2 trailing. 2 rounds the difference between them. G2 still within reach of that map win, that oh-so elusive advantage.
A lot of this seems to come down to opening picks. Of course, always important, but right now, with G2 spreading out so thin in the roam, it means that the network is kind of falling apart. Once the first roamer dies, the other one is just left in a really bad spot. And Mowgli keeps brute forcing these angles, just rushing down the staircase and says, I'm going to attack the bomb site because we got a 5v2. I can fall early. So when you give Secret a little bit of space, a little bit of comfort, they're going to go the whole distance. It's early shut them down, or they will shut you up.
Yeah, very much. So perfect from June with those cutoffs. The Secret finally have their first attack round on the board. Now, G2, what are you going to do to reply? Of course, there's a whole lot of bomb sites they can shoot from the Kaneko control room here. Now, this bomb site really largely comes down to that roam clear on that top floor. We so often see like late round 2v2s, 1v1s. And often it hinges on plant denial. We've got 3 nitro cells here for G2.
That's it.
The IQ picked by Noah as well to hunt down any of those Valkyrie cameras.
A lot of pro teams will take one person in the basement, often IQ, to look for those C4s and verticality. You get the main breach upstairs in IT from the ace, and from the breach you see the vert above. The IQ below then has the vert as well. Then you can kind of hit the bomb site directly if you deal with that one anchor player. The issue is that one anchor player is stomping on Warden, which seems almost impossible to get rid of.
Yeah, good luck.
So it might just have to be a roam clear angle for Team Secret, unless Stompin somehow dies. I mean, putting your face in the window is one way to go down, but there's no one there, so he's fine.
I still can't believe that you're calling the SMG-12 the worst gun in the game, because I feel like every time I see a pro match, there's someone like Stompin absolutely destroying on Dokkaebi or Warden.
Okay, someone like Stompin is like 1 in a million, first of all. And saying you're watching professional players. I dare you try and play SMG-12 on PC. On console, it's the best gun in the game. On PC, it is not very good, I'm telling you. Or it's one of those, either you're an SMG-12 player or you are not.
Yeah.
There's the breach, that one's at the top. IQ is on the roof, so not downstairs. It will be a roam clear for Team Secret.
Oh, Loira almost caught out. Shoulder pick there from Mowgli. Mowgli a little bit quieter than what we saw in Clubhouse, but he's still deadly. And he's got a team behind him as well, whereas Loira is all alone. Needs to take the fight. Mowgli goes down, but not the second to be found here from Loira. But a C4 from Stompin, immediately shut down by Doom. Once again, controlling the map from this singular window outside the bomb site. A Secret recompose. They've got their 3v2. All they need to do is lock it in.
They should know kind of where both Doki and Elma were because they heard them from Doom's perspective. Doki flanking above, Elma locking down below. If one of them finds a kill, that will be enough. But if one of them falls, that's a big gap.
Oh, there's big info
here.
The Valkyrie cameras get everything needed. And Adrian falls. Doki also finds his all up the Doom. Now he's been so deadly, but went outside the building on that window, and these two G2 players are separated. Alamau hiding in the corner. Doom will find him, SMG-12 in hand. He needs to recollect that diffuser as Doki up above decides how does he play this.
Really?
There is Vert, and there is a C4 as well. As Doom fakes the plant and looks for it again. Doki continues to soundbait. Pre-rips a C4, but he lets it go. That was likely a mistake. And it might cost him. Doom is ready, waiting for his moment as he baits it again. He's got the cover. If Doki swings this, and Doki hears that plant off again. He's also picked up his C4, has Doki. Doom needs to go for the kill now. Time is of the essence. He falls back, goes straight back behind that cover. A C4 rip, again baiting. Doki is a genius. Doom has no choice but to take the fight. Shotgun in hand. Doki clutches for G2. Map point. Finally map point for G2.
Team Secret, there was one thing they did not account for. The Valkyrie cameras, Ace walks in bottom garage, yellow ping, red ping, flank gets the kill. And just like that, the round turns around completely. They had the Dokkaebi, they never had the cameras. Too much action in the server. They got free picks up top floor. They had free reign for the Dokkaebi to hack every single piece of utility. But they skipped the step. Went straight for execute. They had plenty of time to work with. With Secret, they usually just have one button. Let's go, go, go. They gotta start slowing down when it's needed. Reset the round. They had the 3v2. They had time. They didn't have to just keep going like that.
So the bans come out. The final bans of the half. It's going to be Azami and Buck. As we look back at what happened last round, I mean, SMG-12 again. I guess it doesn't beat the M590 though. Come on, that's the energy we need, Alamau. That's what we need from G2. Like we've said, every player on the roster is capable of having a massive round. Everyone is capable of having a clutch, and that was Doki's. Stompin, well, his gameplay has spoken volumes about the caliber of player that he is, and he's single-handedly kept G2 in this. We need the rest of them to show up. Loira's had his moments this map. Alamau is that one that we're still waiting for activation.
I love the bot plan by G2. It unlocks a lot of different playable spots on the bomb side, but Team Secret takes away the Asami, which kind of equalizes that by my books. Of course, you can play demos downstairs, but if you demos counter, not a team bringing either of those operators. Actually, Joe might repick it.
Yeah, no mute though, and no tuba round means that there's not.
That might be why it's going so that's the thing. We kind of rely again on Doom to do the vertical damage right now, because G2 from a horizontal plane, just upstairs, they like their corners, they like the spots. They got Doki on the class, they got Alamau on the Valkyrie, so plenty of info. Secret again, slow down, enable Doom downstairs, cover his flank, use the IQ to find the Valkyrie cameras, and don't overstay your welcome if you get that early lead. That's the game plan for Secret in this round. It has to be.
Be keeping my eye on Doom this round, like you said, vertical play in the absence of the buff. The main target is going to be Doki on that clash.
He placed C4.
Where is that?
It's in the basement and it's in middle of games, which is where the Doom went last time into the buff vertical.
Smart.
And then a Valcam, right? So it's right there on the pity opening thing. That's where it is. So right now Mowgli doesn't get into range of the C4 or sees the Valcam. That could be an easy pick for them. And if Doom dies below, that's one of their major win conditions that will be gone.
Well, Deimos gets his first spot. That's a very aggressive C4 from Stompin, and it does get very close to taking Adrian out. The Deathmark fails, or is cancelled seemingly.
And here comes...
I mean, he's got so much info. He's got spots on 5 players. He's inching closer towards that Nitro cell that he has no idea about.
Yeah, I think it's still there. I don't think it's been cleared out. It hasn't been popped up for sure.
Ooh, is it thrown down below that might have hurt it?
Well, it is completely possible. Of course, Mowgli's got the scanner out now, so maybe they got the right read. But look at the timer. So much time burned, not much being given or gained really here for Secret.
Well, here comes the Capital, likely to come to life. Meanwhile, the clash opens up an option for Doki to swing that player on the breach. Loira holding on. He's been spotted by the Deimos. Alamau does not survive. He does not get out safely. And Loira falls as well. It's a collapse. As Secret find all their kills. G2, it's just Blaz and Doki left. And that Nitro cell never detonated, never found the kill that it was looking for. And Mowgli has made this. I mean, no one joins the fray. It's a simply completed affair for Secret. A flawless round as they get step by step closer to tying the score and pushing us into overtime.
So far, there's been 4 attacking rounds on the side of Secret. 2 of them flawless. The first basement one, the final kills a trade, but in my book, that's not flawless, right? It's a 5v1. Then this one. The setup was beautiful. This is the thing that Secret, they've been doing better than G2, in my opinion. G2 and Clubhouse always had some piece missing on their attack specifically. In this round, everything is perfect. Fire goes out, Mowgli goes in below bottom garage. Person on the breach outside cuts the cross as well. There is 0 chance that Laura on playing Catwalk Rafters can get out with his life intact because there are 3 separate safe measures in play if anything goes the wrong way. G2 calls a tactical pause, which gives Twister the same privilege of speaking to his team. And last time he got involved, things started going better for the squad of Secret.
Yeah. And there's 2 more match points here for G2. Only 2 rounds. To keep that undefeated streak alive. Here at EWC, crazy to think they have not even dropped a map. Only one of their games has gone into overtime, and that was their very first one against Falcons. When they sent the reigning champs packing. Now a chance for G2 to break their streak.
When you're in these positions, as G2, sitting at 6-3 in the last round, things are feeling pretty nice. You're laughing, you're smiling, and not too many worries. But round by round, they should keep losing. The score tally gets closer and closer. Some players' mental will change. Risk assessment is the biggest factor. When it's 0-0, you can make any play in the world, take any risk, go for any gunfight because there's no consequences if you lose. When you're on 6-4, if you make the wrong decision, if you make a mistake right now, then it's 6-5, then it's 6-6. Then, oh guys, went from winning this map convincingly to throwing a significant lead. G2 cannot let that affect it right now. The way they've been winning against Team Secret is by staying strong in the server, fighting back, taking chances, playing together, and still being cheeky. Stompin has been keeping up this aggression. He's been enabled. There's a 4+1 strat, but Mowgli has the perfect read. The pre-fire on the barricade. When you do the 4+1, it means 4 people playing together and 1 wildcard. Well, the wildcard is gone, and the top frag of the entire team in the final for G2 is dead.
Stompin has been the shining light for G2. He has been their savior. We'll take him down early. Is elation for Secret.
It's time for plan B, which is Stompin. Tell us what to do from the grave, watch the cameras, and lead us forward. But it might be like leading the blind. because G2 so far, besides him, has not been too sharp in the server. And once more, I'm going to look for Alamau. He has to show up. He's 3-9. The attacks have not been clean. If there was a time for him to say, I'm gonna carry my team in one specific round, this is it. That's actually pretty smart. You can destroy so many gadgets.
Yeah, you can. I mean, a hell of a lot of util from IQ cleared on out. And G2 now really vulnerable to that Deimos. The point of those mute jammers, for the most part, were to prevent these tracks. And now it forces Doka to keep on running around. Cancellation of that Deimos death mark. And the nades come through, not successful. That was cheeky. 2 nades at the same time in different places to try and catch the player. They don't find the damage they're looking for. And again, the death mark comes out. Doki falls this time around. Savage, he's got that black bid, but he is low HP. He doesn't want to take a fight needlessly. He's peeking for info.
The Deimos have been getting insane value from downstairs, forcing everyone back, and they try and retake Alamau. Again, as I said, 3-9 has 3 toxic babes, a great gun there on the smoke, has to go big, 60 seconds left. Secret, waiting for the final tracker, a shotgun flashbang, Adrian gets the kill.
But Alamau does reply, Mora springs into it, he remains the last one left, and Mowgli finds them all. Another step closer for Secret. One more round to push us into overtime.
One more. G2 just needs one round, but as I keep saying, as they keep losing these, the mental shifts. They are aggressive, they get punished. If they're passive, they get punished. The way to win, I don't know. And Mowgli, he circled the entire barricade, bottom left, top right, back to bottom left. Finds the kill at the very end of it. He must have known exactly what Stumble was thinking and what he was going to do. The problem here is you ban the Buck, they play the Deimos. If you ban the Deimos, they play the Buck. It's the same story. It's vertical destruction and rain from below from Doom, finding incredible amounts of value. And this time, the IQ went in first, shot all the jammers, then Doom started tracking.
Secret
are not letting up. We've only seen them go to OT just that once. I think another one may well be on the cards, Nick. G2, it finally looks like they are contender here in the grand final, which is such a contrast to what we thought we'd be singing about today. We've been singing G2's praises this whole tournament, and yes, we've said many great things about Secret too. They've had great upsets. They got revenge against Falcons. They took down some pretty damn big teams as well. But to think they might be here in the grand final, unthinkable. To think they could actually challenge G2 for the title, nobody saw this coming.
Not at all. Alamau very well might be on the front row now on the Solace. I like this actually, very niche operator that we don't get to see all that often. Suffered a ton of different nerfs, get gadget, lost the impact grenades. It gets good amount of information on what the plan is, the drone, the positions. Alamau, they know he was in that area, so if Vibe doesn't see him, they have to deduct. He has to be in the main lobby. Another drone comes out. Vibe in the corner. Alamau 1v4.
Oh, it's very risky. He's surely going to die here. The question is, can he find a kill? No. No. Adrian puts him down. Secret. Find the advantage. G2, is there any way they can get back into it?
They left a huge gap. Nobody was playing Kitchen. No. They sell him short. Laura where's the teamwork? Where's the network in the server? It's one by one they fall. No support. Stumping on the bottom side, feeling a lot of pressure. Has to move away.
I mean, this is not a team from G2. This is rats run amok. And Secret are the exterminators. 5 versus 3. G2. How can they come back from this? Nitro cell, big nuclear Nitro cell from Doki. What a C4. Maybe, just maybe, it is possible that G2 bring this back.
It's a great road from Secret to go above. They want to execute instead. Savage blocked the C4 with his body, he would have been fine. Instead, both players go down, but they got upstairs control. Doki's falling back, and still got the ramp for verticality, but there's no more Doki phone calls. Both were spent earlier in the round. So we're back to an even situation. Both teams saying reset. G2 has plant deny. 2 babes, 1 C4. Secret, they have top floor control. Now both teams gotta play correctly. Doki's in the basement for plant deny. And Secret getting a little bit nervous now as the round is slipping away.
No logic bombs remain for Doom.
Not at all.
And not a lot of drones left either. This is going to be a blind round here for Secret as G2 just wait, biding their time as the clock ticks away.
One drone left. This is it. They make their march. He's a freebie. He misses the opportunity. Gets the kill.
Stompin is down. The most deadly player from G2. Doki left unaddressed. He lost the fort, but he is traded back.
เหลือโจ
It's
กี้
all
ค
up
น
to
เดียว
Doki now.
ต้องพอ
1v2.
ต้องช่วยเพื่อนแล้วล่ะ
How
จั
does
งหวะ
he
นี้
play this?
No C4.
They don't know where he is.
เข้าไหม
But here's that plan start to go down. Noah is the one to cover. Adrian forcing it down. Does Doki go for the planter? Or does he go for the cover up? Now a 1v2. The players are separated and Noah can take the vertical angle. There's no way that Doki wins this. It's just about unwinnable, unlosable for Secret. As they fall on back, they give him the space. The boogie drone opens up the ceiling above the bomb site. Doki brings out the shotgun. There's no way he wins this fight. Adrian's got him dead to rights. Overtime is on the agenda for Team Secret.
Absolute cinema.
Swing by swing, play by play, both teams giving it everything they had in that round. Secret, I want to praise them, their composure, their discipline to lock it down when they threw that double C4 kill upstairs. Alamau, again, selling Alamau short here, no one's in kitchen. When you have this roam, there's going to be 3 links. You have your anchor player, that's stomping on the bomb site. He's holding down the fort, that's the anchor. Then you have the middleman, that's the person between stomping and the guy roaming aggressively, which is Alamau. They're missing the middleman, so there's no link. That means Alamau is on an island on his own, dies for absolutely free, no one can help him. That's been the downfall of T2. It's the exact opposite of what they've been doing the last couple of days. They've never shown us that weakness before. And it's not to do with Secret's playstyle, because that doesn't really impact that in my mind. It's G2 not communicating what they need.
G2 played just fine on the first 2 maps.
They did.
But this is where they begin to fall to pieces. The fire has been lit underneath Team Secret, and it is burning bright. Overtime, 2 rounds from a championship for the very first time. Our Team Secret, G2 needs to claw their way back into this with everything they've got.
It's been attacker favorite, right? 4-2 halves on both sides, and guess what? G2 are on defense, so they gotta show us for real that they are the better team in the server right now. Dare I say it, James, but there was this crazy kid that did a 1v5 clutch earlier. Had that not happened, we're looking at a 3-0 grand final for Secret, but because he did, it's overtime and there's still a chance.
The only reason G2 is still in the tournament is because of that 1 versus 5 from Stompin. He has been worth every penny for G2. And yet, it still might go to waste if the roster can't come through. If they can't pull a win out of Nighthaven Labs. They got the first map choice, by the way.
Yeah.
This is Cafe and Nighthaven, both G2's picks. And Secret have looked phenomenal on both of them.
Often we enter overtime, the attackers go a bit slower on the server because again, it's a set risk assessment, the pressure's on, you don't want to make a mistake right now. And Team Secret, knowing that this is the favorable side, you know they gotta go big on it. This is the easiest way to get around victory. It's when you're on the attack. Doom is on the Deimos once more. They got a lot of utility, a lot of execute operators, but there's no IQ downstairs to clear the jammers. Bok is still banned by T2, so I feel like Doom might not have the same amount of value this round because those jammers will have better effect. They got vert holes everywhere trying to challenge him as well. So it's a secret. You gotta breach the wall on the bomb site first to apply pressure, then get Doom involved later. But they're not really making progress right now. They're just kind of fishing.
And they find Loira.
Oh, he got fired off on Catwalk.
So well played again from Secret. Everything is granted, nothing is earned. And they inch closer and closer. Could it be another night flawless round? They erupt onto the sides. They rip G2 to shreds. They force their way into the tournaments. And they have championship points in their grasp.
Secret are in the heads of G2. We saw how much effort they put to deal with Doom down to Deimos. 4 mute jammers, vert holes everywhere, 2-3 different defenders looking down the vert, waiting for Doom to show his presence. What happens? Capital fire on the rafters. 4 stars to straight away. Adrian on the breach, casts the caught, gets the freebie, and then they know, guys, we have to fight for Catwalk. We got the wrong take. They put everything into the complete wrong side of the map. This is G2 being reactive. Oh, they did this the last 2 times. I guess they'll do it again. Guys, they've done it 2 times already. They'll probably do something else. Of course, it's a 50-50 decision, but it didn't seem like to me G2 had a backup plan for what if they attack Garage.
There are millions on the line. And a
ช
trophy
นะใน
that
แอตแทก
is
ก็
so
ได้เพราะว่า
sought
G2 ช
after.
นะในแอตแทก
Here in Riyadh, we had 16 teams enter the tournament, and G2 were the clear favorites. Falcons, they went out early, largely in part to Team Secret. Furia, they went home yesterday. G2 themselves put them there. FaZe Clan, they fell as well. G2 left as the only obvious contender for the throne in Saudi Arabia, and Team Secret have made them look like rookies. And the one player who is a rookie has been G2's heart and soul in this grand final.
The perfect opportunity for an EWC title for G2 happened this event. The easiest path forward, most of the competition gone, and they still themselves took down Furia, which might have been the final obstacle. But no, it's entirely wrong. Secret on defense now. It either goes the distance to a 7-7, or they're gonna clown G2 by winning a defensive round.
I'm changing mags.
So it's on G2
อะไรครับ
to force their way back into this game.
ไม่มี
On the attacking side, Blaz readies his breaching charge, and hard breaches open that external wall. Yeah. Team Secret ban out all those hard breaches.
Yeah, triple hard breach ban. They get the first step done. There's a second or a final can opener in pocket, but again, limited heart destruction. No capital to speak of either, which Team Secret used that operator to high success. Same with Deimos. We don't see that playstyle from G2. They have to problem solve in a different way. They got IQ against the lineup, but there's no cameras, no verticality. The IQ seems completely useless. And G2 have been so good in their operator picks. Finally, Loira finds the angle of the barbed wire. The drone misses too. I mean, these small things, right?
Loira's been rattled. Doki, he's shown up here and there, but not consistently. And Alamau has been missing in this grand final.
Completely.
Completely
And he's been
missing.
so good yesterday. One of the main reasons why they've been so strong. And to then go all the way, and it's not the Brazilians that scare him, it's his European
เปิดมา
friends.
โอ้มุม
It's
อะไร
still a 5v5 here with 1 minute left
Oh,
remaining.
wow.
Stompin
Top
opens
end.
the equation.
เก็บได้1
When
คิว
G2 need him the
เข้ามา
most, he will
การ
stand
ระยะใกล้
tall.
หลัง
Let's see if he has more in the tank though. Savage close by the breach. Stomp and surely you go first, and you've been so good this game so far. Here he is. He's ready to
กว่า
strike.
จะชนะได้
Doki on the
G2
aggressive push, but he
โดน
falls. Savage.
ต้องเป็นหรือคน
M590
นี่คนดรอปช็อต
and
แต่ว่า
a
อันนั้นมา
second
ได้
kill. But Stompin steps
Plan.
up for G2, forcing that diffuser down.
Plan.
No cover. It's gone. The third era of G2 will have to wait.
คลัชได้คลัชได้แน่นอน
Loira forced to clutch.
มันคลัชได้
One versus
คลั
two
ช
with
ได้มัน
no
ทำได้
diffuser.
ทำได้
Noah
มันทำได้
and
มัน
Adrian,
ทำได้
just Noah.
อันน่ะ
Loira
อัน
surely
น่ะ
not to clutch.
โอ้โห
G2, hold on.
มัน
Another
ทำได้
round goes by,
มันทำได้
and Doki heading
ทำที่อะไรกันน่ะที
hoping,
สิเกรต
begging Loira to clutch. Team Secret are not there yet.
อะไร
G2 have one
Like-
final
เวิร์ด
chance.
ไทม์รอบเลย
The plant is going down. Loira is outside the breach in Narnia, James. Nowhere to
glad
be
it-
seen. I'm thinking, why is he there? Well, it turns out Secret were equally confused. Where is this guy? He walks in, equalizes to a 1v1. Big confusion there. See, when he walks in, well, my thinks he's in connector. He's not. Complete other direction. Wins out big in the final 1v1. Noah,
แฟช
he felt it. Secret,
That's
that
no
right
high,
there,
though.
they
อะไรอะ
felt lifting the trophy for just 5 seconds.
โอ้ที
And then Laura
แมตช์
said,
พอยต์
not
ร
yet,
อบ
boys,
สุด
you're not
ท้าย
ready.
That bubbling
ต้องดู
feeling.
แล้ว
Laura himself has
รอบ
never
นี้
raised
คือ
that
ตัดสิน
trophy.
ทุก
No.
อย่าง
The only players from
จะรอดหรือ
G2
เปล่า
that stand
หรือ
by
Secret
from that
จะเป็น
second
แชม
era
เปี้ยน
legacy
ของ
are Doki
EWC
and
Esports World
Alamau.
Cup
The
เรามาดูกันดีกว่า
latter, who has not shown up today, he's talked so much smack. But today, it's Stompin and Loira who have put the team on their shoulders, the new generation, to take G2 into the new era. But again, another championship point is on the table for Team Secret. Will they seize it? Will they take it? This time on the attacking side, where they have looked untouchable. It's a perilous position for G2, but the only hope they have rests on this round.
when we get down to the final seconds and the final bodies in the server, there's going to be two different stories at play. The Secret players, they're envisioning, dreaming of lifting that trophy because they're 1 or 2 kills away. For G2, it's a sigh of relief knowing we gotta go and do this exact same thing for 2 more maps straight to even have a chance at it. One team is 1 round away, another team is multiple hours away from victory. The Secret, they're on the attack, they got the fuse shield, they got the glass, they got the ying. They want chaos, they want tempo, they want to conquer this round.
And here comes the Candelas, in goes the fuse. He risked his life for greatness, but he's got no ammunition for a second. And so they trade and re-attempt here for Secret. Stompin is put down.
There's no plan deny.
No more prodigy, your savior. Secret message to confirm the plans, and they do. It's a retake for Laura and Alamau, and there's no shot in hell. Secret have it in their hands. Laura has clutched
They see the trophy,
but there's no way he can clutch it from here. The trophy waits for Secret. All they have to do is find this final kill. It's so close that they can taste it, and Laura. What a task ahead of him. There's no way he can hold off. Mobley, who's had the tournament of his life. And the deadliest foe is the one that you least expect. Siege's best kept Secret become champions at the Esports World Cup.
Nobody, when this tournament started, would have sat down and said, you know what? I think it's time for Secret to win an international tournament just like that. The youngest roster, you see how much it means to them. They have played their hearts out in this grand final to go 7-7 on a 3rd map and go, you know, let's rush the bomb site. Let's go for broke. The fuse dies. The first Panther not successful. Guess what? They push forward. There's no hesitation. There's no fear. This team has come a very long distance in a very short amount of time. The future is looking bright for a new young generation of players in Team Secret.
The youngest team at the Esports World Cup, a new generation putting their names, marking them down in the annals of Siege history. Underdogs that remain undefeated, not dropping a single map for this tournament. And no one can barely believe it. Let those tears flow, my friends. You've deserved every inch that Secret have achieved today.
Most players never see a grand final, and for Secret, regardless of the result before it started, I just hope they were gonna take in that experience and enjoy every single second of it because they weren't supposed to be here. That's not what the script had in mind when this event started, and they didn't just enjoy it, they didn't just soak it all in. They conquered G2. 3-0 is a ridiculous scoreline.
To think that anybody could destroy G2 in a way like this, look at what it means for a man like Mobley, who has played at so many of these events for so long, all for a team that now no longer exists, and he joins this roster that last year made it time and time again to the main stage, but never within reach of the trophy. It's elation for these young gunners and for the dream that now has become a reality for Team Secret.
You saw it at the end, they were fist bumping with 15 seconds on the timer. They were all envisioning lifting that trophy because they knew it was about to be locked in. Now they stand here and it's reality. In just a few seconds from now, James, they're gonna do what they have only dreamt of before. They are gonna be recognized as a
and they prepare to raise the trophy in a world where nothing is granted and everything is earned. It takes courage to rise above and carve your name in history.
และทีมนี้เพิ่งเข้ามาเลยด้วยซ้ำมั้งเพราะว่าเห็นในInvitationalรอบที่แล้วทีม Secret เหมือนจะไม่อยู่ในตารางป่ะกันอ่ะมันเพิ่งกลับมาแล้วได้แชมป์เลยอ่ะEsports World Cup เป็นภาพที่
It all began as a tournament with titans, but only one team could stand tall. And I think it is safe to say that Team Secret have shocked the world here in Riyadh, completing the mission in dominant fashion, becoming Esports World Cup champions. As your teammates celebrate and continue to raise the trophy, and I'm sure that they'll be doing it all night long. Noah, I had my eyes on you, and you collapsed to your knees, tears pouring and streaming down your face. Can you believe this?
No, I can't believe it. I just want to say G2 played a great game. It was a great game against us. They really tested us to the limit. I'm so happy with these guys. I can't believe what we just did. We just did that from nothing to here. Let's go!
You just mentioned it yourself. You just came out of nowhere to do this. Do you feel like you've been slept on, or have you surpassed your own expectations here in Riyadh?
I think we've been slept on. I think people didn't realize how good we really were, and I'm so happy that we showed it today. Oh my God.
Just briefly, just talk us through the emotions that were running through you as you did collapse to your knees, and as you take a look down at your feet now, surrounded by confetti, what is running through your body?
I just can't believe what we just did. I'm so happy. I'm so proud of everyone here. And just thank you guys so much for having us here. I love you guys. Thank you to all the fans.
Milos, go on, lift it again. Lift it again.
There's no feeling like lifting the trophy at the end of such a hard-fought tournament. It's a great trophy, but there is still one more trophy that has been earned during this final. It is our Sony Tournament MVP, and it goes to none other than Adrian!
Adrian MVP นะฮะ Adrian MVP
He gets both. Yes, there's a lot of gold for him to carry. This is even heavier.
Oh,
yeah. So, you want me to help you with that? Yeah? Jim, next time.
Yeah.
Siemano Adriano, Polska Górom, how are you feeling?
Bardzo dobrze, bardzo dobrze.
Very good, as you said. Now look, this is a huge moment for you as a person, for Team Secret, and for Polish Siege also in general at this stage. Remember, many years, the first time we'll have a champion on such a big stage from Poland also.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really looked at it. I've mostly watched CSGO. They've been more, they've been winning stuff in the Polish scene. Siege did not really have anything, so I think this is really good for the nation as itself. If someone, I know I have many followers from there, which I'm really happy from the support that I get from them. So yeah, I'm just really happy.
History's been made today at this level. Now that you've won gold, you've played incredibly well personally and as a team in stage 1. What's the plan now? Stage 2, Munich, SI, what's up in your mind?
Just do better. Close out the games quicker, I guess. Win EUL. And then majors and SI. That'll be the next step.
There's so much more here for Team Secret. Again, your Sony Tournament MVP. It is none other than Adrian!
Right, guys, what I want you to do is I want you to gather around one more time, and I want you to raise that trophy high
all
in the
together,
air,
gents.
as we let the world know one more time, your Siege X and the Esports World Cup 2025 champions is Team Secret!
วิเตอร์แบบนี้ร้อนเป็นไฟแน่นอนนะโอ้เร็วมาก
Enough to make a grown man cry. We're
This
all
time,
sitting here with tears in our eyes because what an incredible
This time tomorrow,
feat.
Secret will win the grand finals of the EWC. G2 are gonna lose. Clip that. Send it to me tomorrow. Clip this, chat. This time, no, what time is it right now? Yeah. This time tomorrow, Secret will win the grand.
โอ้แล้วนะทุกอย่างเกิดขึ้นเร็วมากสปอยมีอะไรอัปเดตไหมครับทุกอย่างเกิดขึ้นเร็วมากมันเร็วมาก
one round, save another one, and go all the way and win on the back of some incredible individuals that had never participated to a grand finals at this level of Siege. And like you said, not dropping a single map, they deserve this more than anyone in this tournament.
That was also G2's map pick, and it really started so good for them. That clutch, that ace from Stompen, and then for Secret to come and turn this whole map around is insane.
The resilience, just the team play, the brotherhood, the strats, the individual gunfire that we've seen from these players is absolutely incredible. And they get a chance to pick the keys.
Okay.
Of course you're putting Falcons in there. You're the reason they're home. You're the reason they didn't advance.
Okay,
G2.
W7M then next?
W7M.
You think they're going to pick
the teams that they beat along the way? They're putting in that trophy, and the last one, W7M. They've had a beautiful run here at EWC, and also a lot of respect from this roster that you're not just going after Fury FAs and W7M because they're Brazil teams. No, you are picking the team that you are the reason why they are sent home. Or in G2's case, you're the reason why they are placed second.
That against most of the favorites of the tournaments, where you were always called a dark horse, always called a challenger, never have been able to win a title in their home region. As a reminder, this team has been grinding at the top of Europe for 2 years. They've always been gatekept by either Falcons, either G2. And now at an international tournament, that's it. They proved to everyone they had it in them.
It was that in recent history, and even further back. I mean, Savage was posting about it yesterday on socials. He was Heartstock 9/10th in the Europe region for a long time, and now he's at this grand final, and he's also done and won it. This is huge for all these players that were new to this kind of match.
Dare I say, it's probably good you picked the keys that they did pick, because it's almost like the stepping stones to you getting that grand final, especially for these players who've never tasted a grand final, never tasted a championship. Those are the bodies that they sort of stepped over to get there, and now they can look back at it as it's engraved and enshrined in their trophy, that for some of these players, they might never get the trophy, let alone one this big.
Bro, crazy fucking game. Crazy fucking game, bro. Stomp was actually so fucking close, bro. But I'm so happy for bro. This is such a hard situation, cause like, I don't want to be biased to any of the teams, cause like, bro, some of the Secret guys are like very good friends of mine, and some of the G2 guys are super like good friends of mine. So like, I'm just trying to be unbiased here. But holy shit, dude, what a series, bro. Hey, shout out to both teams. Shout out to Secret. Secret, like I said, bro, Secret were fucking playing out of their fucking mind. Secret didn't lose a single map this tournament, so they deserve it, man. They deserve it. But yeah, W fucking stream. Shout out to EWC that were managed to hook me up with a streaming setup last second. Shout out to my boy Christopher here. It was a fucking blast. So yeah, bro. Bone man, thank you for the prime. Appreciate you. I'm gonna be back very soon. Just keep updated. Be updated on my Twitter, because I'm gonna update you guys on what's gonna happen in the near future regarding like the whole content side of things. Because we have a little break now before Pro League starts again. So yeah, but I'll keep you guys involved and everything. And I can't wait to go back to the UK and get the whole streaming setup going and all that shit. And get back to grinding all that stuff. So, hey, it's going to be good, chat. It's going to be good, bro. I appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. W fucking event. Appreciate you. EWC, thank you once again. But yeah, much love, guys. I'll see y'all later. Peace, peace, peace.
สปอยปิดไลฟ์แล้วแล้วโบโล
and it wasn't putting you guys to sleep, so really appreciate you guys. I will be back home in a couple days, and we'll be back to playing some Siege, maybe playing some Battlefield, playing some whatever else. Yeah, crazy fucking series, guys. Secret winning EWC, Stompin's first ever international event, just coming in, getting top 2, I think, no matter what. So the thing is, guys, he's probably the highest rated, but I think, like, no matter what, they usually don't give MVPs to people that lose. It's usually to whoever wins. Stompin probably would have gotten the MVP, like, no matter what. I think he's the highest rated, but since he lost, he didn't get it, but still the highest rated, which is absolutely fucking insane for the scale of this event, for the first event, for everything. is fucking insane. So big respect to Stompin for showing up on the big stage when it mattered, when everybody doubted him. I know how that shit feels, dog. Fucking good job. I know you're not probably here to Stompin, but good fucking job, dog. You're a fucking beast, and the future is fucking bright. Back at least take the prime. Take the prime. Once again, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys around. Peace out. Goodbye. Good day. Good night. Until the next one.
โอโลก็ไปแล้วเหรอเนี่ยโอ้ยังไม่เฟดให้กูเสร็จหน้าจอทีไรมึงไม่เฟดให้กูเลยเหรอเอ้ยไอ้เหี้ยสับหน้าจอมันแบบปึ๊บปึ๊บปึ๊บมึงไม่มีเฟดให้กูเลยเหรอทำยังไงวะเฟดให้ฉันหน่อยก็ได้ฟิลเตอร์เออไม่ใช่อะมันทำเองเดี๋ยวค่อยทำแล้วกันผมเพิ่งมาไลฟ์สตรีมใน Streamlabs นะครับก็คือถ้าใครที่ดูย้อนหลังหรืออะไรอย่างงี้ผมไลฟ์สตรีมใน Streamlabs ผมไม่เคยใช้โปรแกรมนี้มาก่อนแล้วตอนนี้ผมจะไปอัดคลิปใน OBS แต่เวลาผมไลฟ์ผมจะไลฟ์ใน Streamlabs เพราะมันง่ายนะครับก็ไลฟ์สตรีมจบแค่นี้ผู้ชนะในการแข่งขัน e-sport World Cup Rainbow Six Siege X นะคือทีม Secret นะครับStormfen หรือ G2 ได้ที่2ไม่เป็นไรหรอกมันก็มีรอบหน้าต่อไปก็จะไปอะไรนะเมเจอร์ R6 Major ตอนนี้กลับไปที่เยอรมันมั้ง Munch เดี๋ยวแค่นั้นละพีตี2แล้วเจอกันเจอกันเจอกันชัดเจอกัน